We want to have a town meeting.
We're live. Hello, everyone.
Are we?
Got yeah, we're live right now. This is just we can just wing it, dude. We can wing this thing.
Nah, it's off air. He's lying. Is my fan still on? If my fan's still on, we're off air.
We're live. We're live. It's literally like, don't drop the mic because we're live. So we've got Isaac Cohen and Lalo.
God damn it, Anthony.
Lalo Dagash. I was close.
Hey, you were close. You were close.
Thank you, sir. Dagash. Thank you, sir. So tonight we're just gonna bullshit and see where it takes us, right?
You're bullshit. We're about to have a fight.
Who? Me and you?
What?
Me and him.
Oh, go for it. I'll stay out of it. I'll just sit here and be quiet.
If I recall, well, you could be the moderator. You could be that guy that says "Thank you, Senator" over and over.
Right now? Am I in a fight right now?
I think so, right? I figured it'd be a good time to. People always ask me about my politics and my specific views on it. I remember you saying you were anti-socialism, anti-communism, big time.
No. I'm not anti-socialism. I'm anti-communism.
No, there it goes. That's what. Let's turn it off. Thanks for the have a good night. There goes the conflict.
Even C.J. Willerman didn't run away from that.
Yeah.
Come on. And I'm sorry, I didn't get to listen to. I was in my hotel room last night, and you'd done the first bit where you got cut off, Lalo, and then you got back in touch with him. I think it was going to be all finished and everything. Excuse me. And then it just carried on again. And then for some reason my computer switched off. I thought, well, now's the time to go to sleep, Billy.
Yeah, I think the second part is just as good. I think I got out a lot of good points in the second one too, and I got him to admit things. I was happy with certain things I got him to admit at least.
Yeah, I don't want you to gloss it. I don't want you to drone on about what you've already talked about. But I guess some people won't even see that, and they might not even see this. But do you feel like it was a positive exchange? You feel like you got what you wanted to say?
I don't know if everybody understands like how I got to the point where I got him to debate me. Is that some people were saying like, oh, you're giving him a platform or something like that. No, what happens like it's very different than I asked him to come on my channel as like a guest.
Yeah, you become nice, right?
That wasn't what happened. I tweeted something that had nothing to do with him. I didn't tag him. I didn't talk about him. He took one of my tweets, quoted it, and basically insulted me. And aside from him, like debating him on Twitter, like I had all his followers coming after me, so I felt attacked. Yeah, so I felt attacked, and I was like, okay, CJ, let's debate this in a hangout right now. And he was down for it. So it wasn't. So a lot of people were saying like, oh, you're giving him a platform to talk. No, I was defending myself, which is very different from bringing him on as kind of a guest or something like that.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that. I have to be perfectly honest. I just
no, that's why I'm saying it now. Like a lot of people were commenting me about that, and I don't think a lot of people understood the context.
No, I didn't think you were giving him a voice or a platform.
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, I'm on Twitter quite a lot, but I wasn't aware of the build-up to it. I just figured you were just doing your thing, Lalo, and you were just like tweeting out saying this guy's, saying this and he's saying that, and that was about these, and that was about it. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I was. A lot of people said like I shouldn't even do it, but I still think like because a lot of people say, look, he's irrelevant or he just talks shit, but he does represent a side of the argument that is spoken by a lot of people. He doesn't just represent his ideas are not just his.
Right.
There are a ton of people who represent his side of the argument.
Yeah,
all basically have the same idea. So if I have the opportunity to like bounce idea off somebody, and not just a random guy, but CJ Willerman, I mean, I think it's something I wouldn't talk to him like on my channel like once a month or anything. I think that's giving him too much of a voice. But
I don't think it is. Like my personal, I think I explained it yesterday. He already has a voice. I mean, he
does. Yeah.
You can we can pretend like he doesn't, but he does. And I think addressing his voice is a valid. Discrediting someone, you shouldn't be in trouble for discrediting someone. I think people need to get the fuck off your case, man.
Yeah, and also another thing is, I think I, in a certain way, also am obligated. Like, if he's willing to debate me, it's hypocritical of me not to do it, because if I wasn't talking shit about him on Twitter, then I can just ignore him. But I do talk shit about him on Twitter, and a lot of people do. So
yeah, but
when
he
you
talks
talk
a lot of shit about everybody else.
yeah, no,
who
that,
are
no,
not
no,
engaged.
that's
And
not
we
the point.
debate them too. It's
No,
not
no,
like
no. The point is that if I talk shit about somebody and they offer to debate me, I shouldn't be.
Oh,
I should allow that. Do you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I should face up to that.
Yeah,
Like
I think you, Lalo, I
Anthony
think
as
you
well, like,
absolutely represented. I mean, you represented yourself very, very well, as far as I'm concerned.
all
You know,
right,
from
well,
what I've seen, and I haven't seen all of it, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, dude. But to say it was like totally off the cuff, totally unprepared, totally
Yeah.
unexpected, you did fuck, man. I couldn't have done that. I mean, I guess you have to take the fact out that that he's known by, or Sam Harris knows of him, and Richard Dawkins knows of him. I mean, you have to take that out of the equation, because that would make me like, oh, I don't really know what to say now.
Well, he's credited in a sense that his community accepts him. It's not like he's some pariah. I mean, Greenwald will retweet him. Fucking Haroon
the Young Turks retweet him.
These
people he got a quote for his book from Max Blumenthal.
Yeah, Max Blumenthal. Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
who's that cunt though? Who is Max Blumenthal? I've never even heard of him until about.
He's the most anti-Semitic piece of shit I've ever read in my life. Like I've never seen.
He sounds like a Jew.
He is a Jew, and it's incredible. He'll just post a picture of the ISIS flag, and then say collusion, and just leave it like that. Like he won't. You'll be like, well, what do you mean? Do you mean like Israel is like a part of ISIS? Israel makes the ISIS flags? What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck is going on?
So he's so ambiguous, just to create conflict. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of. I mean, he's David Duke level racist is what he is. And
David Duke.
David Duke is one of the old grand wizards of the KKK.
Isaac, how old are you, dude?
I'm 26 or 25.
Why don't I know? I mean, obviously I'm not American, so I'm not that familiar with.
Oh, I mean, it's not like it was this far. We're not going to the 30s. We're going like 1990s. Like he wrote a book on Jewish supremacy. Like this guy is fucking crazy, David Duke.
Yeah, I had one of my followers asking me the other day about Jews, and people seem to have a problem with him. I don't quite get it, right?
They think that we all sit in a back room and we're just like, we'll let the presidential debate carry on. That's fine. Interrupt it. Put some propaganda. Propaganda.
Yeah, and until the Jews want to intervene, nothing's. And this is the thing, right? I didn't even know what a Zionist was when I first moved to this country. I had no idea. It sounded like something off the Matrix, as far as I was concerned. And all seriousness, I'm not trying to make a joke. That is absolutely what I thought. Like Zionist, whatever.
It's still not perfectly defined. Every person I talk to who mentions Zionism will say something different.
I've been called a Zionist because I support a area, a province, or a type of state or something. I want somewhere where Jews can call the race Jews, not the religion Jews, the race Jews, like the Arabs can call Saudi Arabia their home. I just want a place where Jews can call their home, where they're not at a threat from people around them. And that apparently is called liberal Zionism. I wasn't aware of that until a few days ago.
But as far as a Zionist in itself is concerned, I've come to the conclusion, or I think I know what it means, is that it seems to come from the Jewish people that want Israel. Let me finish, Isaac, because I'm on tentative ground here. I mean, I'm talking about things I'm not that sure of. My idea of a Zionist is a Jewish person that believes that Israel is somehow a holy land, and that's the reason why the Jews are there in the first place. Am I anywhere near the truth there? Because if I don't mind sounding like
Zionism is supposed to be separate from Judaism. That's the line I'm fed. But the settlers are religious Orthodox Zionists, is what they're classified as.
Okay,
and people like Herzog, the far left in Israel, are considered liberal Zionists. So
Isaac, will you give me your definition of what a Zionist is? Because I'm sure there may be some people who have no fucking clue what we're talking about.
For me, I think the derogatory term that people want to use it for is directly correlated with the settlers in the West Bank in Gaza, and more the West Bank. There's no settlements in Gaza anymore, but the West Bank, it is the most legitimate grievance the Palestinians have. Is the Israelis are just planting little Jew neighborhoods that are armed with IDF people inside Palestinian territory, in the center of it, among checkpoints. I mean, it's a very shitty thing to do, and it just makes the talks for peace more difficult. it is the fuel for the fire.
And one of the things that when I was talking with CJ, he said, like, for example, the conflict between Israel and Palestine has like no religious basis whatsoever.
That's stupid. That's exactly
but if you like, I've seen like every single interview with one of the settler Zionists there. They're interviewed, and it's purely they're there for religion.
There's not one secular settler out there. There's because they value their life. They're not fucking crazy. They're not, what am I gonna be out here in the middle of fucking nowhere near Palestinians that want to fucking cut my head off? Are you kidding me?
They're all like, oh, this is the promised land to the Jews. God is making things grow here because the Jews have returned. No, it's complete, it's religious fundamentalism to the max.
Exactly, and that's what I love about that is I'm able to admit this among my own race of people who I care about, just like anybody else cares about their own race of people. But when I see them doing religious fundamentalism, I'm able to call it out. But it's still just me being like, oh, like Sam Harris said, it's just me covering up. I'm covering up my racist Arab bigotry, is what I'm doing.
It's a Palestinian and a Jew live now in a death match.
Agreeing on every single issue they've ever had.
That's what somebody posted on Twitter. Oh, that was Kate. She knows who she is.
Yeah.
Or Liz, whatever she decides to call herself. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Way to go, Kate. You fucked up the whole train of thought,
did she actually
the
fucking
whole momentum. Thanks,
fucking
Kate.
Women, dude. Women.
Unbelievable. Matt, when I was about to hang out with you the other day, and like you had the two pregnant women and the lady that Carrie and Christiana.
Yeah, Carrie's not.
I gave up. I just signed up. I was like, they can have to hang out. I don't even want to. Like, I could not get a word in. And every time I tried, I was just like, I'm just gonna I can't go from so what's pregnant brain like? Did you guys see ISIS video? You guys got to see I was out of my context over there, so that's why I signed up. Right?
Yeah, I know she just kind of disappeared.
Well, I didn't want to be rude, and someone was talking.
Oh, right. It was all good, man. It was good.
It
wasn't my hangout. Was it my hangout?
It was yours, but I mean, we were just fucking around. So
we were just chatting, weren't we? Yeah. I remember that. It's all good, man. That's had 300 views. What the fuck? Why is that 300 views? I've got no idea. I mean, it was 4 hours.
I put a comment on it.
It must have been nice. I don't know. We get varied people on, which is always good. I don't know. I have some influence. I don't know. I've always got on with Lalo. He's a fucking good guy. So.
Yeah.
Obviously, Devin.
It's funny because yours got 300 views. Lalo has 300 views too, but it's the only one with me in it. The ones with CJ are like 700, 800. So
has it gotten that high already?
Yeah, you're at 700 or 800 on your CJ ones, but the post one where we're like addressing every point succinctly, where we're like refuting all of that fallacious arguments that he's shitting out, has got like shit reviews, like nothing. It's it's like we didn't even say it. It's like it didn't happen.
It's got almost 200 views.
It's at 3, I think, right now.
All right, so your most tweeted and retweeted stuff, Lalo, is those clips of Cenk Uygur, right? Doing those little 30-second clips.
Yeah.
Where you compare some, right?
Dave Rubin made a reference to those, I think, in the interview, right?
So are you planning on doing something like that with CJ? Because I think that'd be fucking awesome if you did.
Well, he doesn't have that much video.
No, just audio.
Do you mean with the video that I have?
Yes.
With him? Okay.
But just the audio. You just put a visual up of him on the screen. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't have to put like the video.
Turn on the live chat for the people.
I have no idea how to do that.
Turn on the what?
How does it turn on the live chat? I'm getting a bunch of people tweeting me about the live chat.
If it wasn't activated before, I don't know if we can activate it now.
No, there's got to be a way.
Just tweet us. If you don't know our tweets, then fuck you.
It's at IHWCO. If you want to say something and ask a question, I'll read it on my Twitter.
I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to sound like a fucking dummy. I tried setting up this hangout through YouTube.
If you did it through YouTube, you should be able to put on live chat.
Exactly, but the thing is, Isaac, I didn't. The only way I know how to do it is through Google Plus. Where it just says a big orange button to start. I know. When did I say that I was some fucking genius? Right? I just use my voice.
You're a hangout terrorist. You have oppressed all of our people. They can't speak now. They're all going to suicide bomb in Jamaica.
Not really, because it's as easy to send a tweet as it is to live chat. So
well, live chat can be racist and snippy. Nobody will say anything. If they're racist,
12 people. Okay, I'm going to guess who's watching this. I guess Crescendo's watching it. Kate's watching it. Mocha might be watching it. I mean, like, I know the people. It's not like we're going out to anybody new.
Hi, Gastra is totally watching it. He favorited a tweet of mine.
I don't think he likes me.
I wouldn't like you.
Yeah, well, you do.
Stalinist son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
Maybe Hida is also watching. He might be.
That's who I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I was like
Fuck
30
you, enable
seconds.
the live chat, you bigots. Really?
I was 30 seconds from starting our live Great Minds on God with Hida, and suddenly the earthquake started.
You broke up then. Sorry, say again, Lalo.
Oh no, I was 30 seconds from hitting like the start button with for our live chat for our chat for Great Minds.
Oh, before I did it with the live chat and all the bells and whistles and all that shit, and then I jump in with my pathetic attempt at doing a hangout. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I'm just saying that. Fuck. Why can't I get it? Can you guys hear me? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I give up.
It's fine. It's fine. We all love you. That's cool. I'm just ripping.
No, I was about to start a chat with Hide like 30 seconds before, and the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh wow, when was that? Today?
Yeah, it was today at 7.
I have not seen the news. I've been driving, so I've been on the road. I've been on the road for 3 hours, so I've got no idea.
Oh, you don't know about the earthquake, right? We had like an 8.3.
I've got no idea.
Yeah. It's all over the news.
Here's
sorry, I was a little bit dummy to that.
A thing to figure out how to do the live chat, so you can figure that out.
You want me to click on that right now, Isaac?
And it's like 4 steps. Calm down. It's 4 sentences.
Live chat. Watch the video demo. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, and FYI, like after the earthquake, CJ direct messaged me and asked me if I was okay.
Oh, you know what? That's what I hate about him. I hate about him when he does that. Fuck you, CJ. Let me hate you.
The thing is,
you piece of
now,
shit.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing. That is, if he was being real, if he was very successful, and he hadn't plagiarized and done all that shit, do you really think he'd be talking to you, Lalo? He wouldn't be, would he? He's only talking to you because his career is on a downward fucking spiral.
I mean, he hasn't done this a lot though.
Yeah, he's got one major.
He has done that a lot. Has he ever done that before?
It's one article, I believe, and in his book, one of his books.
There's not like a lot of YouTubers who have had him on or anything. I don't think. Right?
I mean, just to give you he debated Faisal al-Said Mutar in.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that guy's he's really close to Sam Harris. He's an incredible guy. He lived in Iraq. His brother died of sectarian violence. So
he started the Global Secular Humanist.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
And that was back in 2014, after he had already been outed as a plagiarist. So I mean, you could say it's a downward spiral of his career, but this is the beginning of an apologist that we're going to be dealing with for a very long time. And thinking otherwise is silly. He's not going to go away. He's not
going away. No, he hasn't like quieted himself down. If anything, he's much more vocal than ever.
The problem is with him, what I hate is he's a completely different person on Twitter than he is when you're speaking with him. Yeah.
Oh, he sounds completely psychotic on Twitter. Completely.
Yeah, but in real time or real life or a direct message or whatever like that, like you have this disgusting human part of you that wants you to like this person because they're being very respectful.
Well, I'm perfectly capable of having a calm discussion with somebody I truly dislike or hate. It's not because I don't know if it's my Latin side, but I'm a very like calm and nice person with most. I'm not like Devin who's like yelling at people, which I love. I love that about Devin. It's his shtick, right? But it's just not. It's not my way.
He's got so much testosterone.
No, I know it's not his thing. I know that that's how he is.
He injects testosterone into his forehead, like he fucking.
Yeah. No. He's.
By the way, can I just say
on
one
live
thing?
chat? He's brilliant.
Yeah, I can't do this, dude, because I've set it up through Google Plus. With this video demo, it takes you through how you would do it on YouTube. And to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting to do it, so I did it the way that I know I can do it, and I apologize, but I can't do anything about it now.
Oh, you're talking about the live chat?
The live chat, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're a terrorist.
I will learn how to do it. I'm a noob.
Did you tweet out the address to watch the video? Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, you could do it too, Lalo. You've got
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna do it now.
6,000. Because I've got 500, as has Isaac. So we've got 7,000 between us.
I've got 510. Okay, buddy. I'm moving up.
Pal. All right, pal. You sound like Joshua.
Between yesterday and today, I got like 100 new Twitter followers.
Oh, I lose them and gain them. You wouldn't believe. I go up to like 528 and go back down again.
I get excited when I lose fake ones. Like that. I'm always like, yes, bye,
No,
Cindy.
the only
X,
ones-
X.
Oh, I block those anyway. The ones I like losing are the ones that have followed you for a while, and then you say something about, I don't know, you're pro-Israel or anti-Islam or something like that, and you lose like 3 or 4 subs. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm pleased about. Just get rid of those fucking
You're a
aggressive
sadist,
losers.
That's the problem.
I'm not here for the popularities, dude. I just, it's nice to talk to other people. That's the thing.
I pride myself on never, like, even if there's an idiot with 5 followers, I'll always address people. I pride myself on that.
Yeah.
You won't.
And a lot of the times, like when I get attacked for like the Islamic apologist, it's sometimes like an egg with 1 follower following 1 person, and
That's different.
That was a literal small one.
Yeah, if they have like 800 followers in their own avatar, that's okay.
Oh, really, Isaac? So you're basing all that on that? I followed Jamie, or Jamie should have said followed me, for, I don't know, 6 months, and I presume Jamie was a guy.
I did too because they had a picture of their dog.
Exactly. Look at Jamie now. She ain't a guy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Those are her tits. They're right there.
Apparently they are. So she says. I don't know. I don't believe everything I look at. I'm just kidding. Photoshop. Yeah, see, I'm just getting distracted now by a load of stuff on Twitter. Having a listen before I go to sleep. Thanks, Mr. Joshua.
Let's say. So we were talking about Israel Palestine. What do you think? What went wrong? Do you think, Lalo? In someone's got speakers. Who's got speakers?
No, not me.
I'm on a headphone.
Oh,
You.
I'm on headphones too.
Douchebag.
Someone's voice. So what? Like, are you deaf? Is your headphones like the 99? Like, do you have 2 megaphones strapped to your head right now?
I have
Are
little
you
ones
addressing
stuck in
me,
my
is it?
hair.
Yeah, I was Atheist, Duggery, Skullduggery.
Come back. You can call me Anthony, you little twat.
I can't read.
I'm wearing Turtle Beach headphones with a microphone. Is that good enough?
I don't know. Either whatever.
It's you cheap bastard.
Yeah,
Your
I'm
fault.
hearing shit. I'm hearing shit.
Eject. Get out of this fucking hangout. You
Going
twat.
all over crazy. So what do you think?
You're asking about Israel and Palestine. Are you asking me?
I'm asking him. I'm asking what the fuck am I gonna ask the British colonialist piece of shit about Palestine?
You might want
Yeah,
my
well, I mean,
opinion.
we're in agreement. It's Anthony's fault, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, obviously.
I'm sure it's the British's fault.
So what do you think the reaction when Israel? There was a year Israel was about to declare independence, but they held off on it because of the partition agreement. And the UN, they waited a year, and Iraq, ironically, Iraq's like trying to get them to end it because they're so excited.
Fuck, there's a big earthquake right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Aftershock or what?
Yeah, it's aftershock.
Fuck.
Well, let me see how big.
Live. You don't
It's
get that
okay.
many times on a fucking hangout.
Yeah.
Live earthquake. Boom. Let's put that in the description.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead.
Are you... Oh, dude, you're gonna be dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, if I died during this chat, this hangout would get so many clicks. So, I know Anthony is
And it
like.
would be named Jewish Zionist Pig Kills Palestinian Through Chile Net Waves. Zionist Falls Earthquake. That would be the name. Like, and then it would be like Israel did 9/11 would be the mirror of this because the Jews can summon earthquakes and that's how the planes fucking like. You have no idea how willing these people are to go.
But you know something? You know something funny is that if I died tomorrow, and if somebody looked at my Twitter account and they saw Palestinian, I'm absolutely sure every single Muslim in the world would tag something for me.
Yeah, like I stand with dead guy.
I stand with Lalo. And we're just gonna
stand with Lalo.
Lalo was talking
he was
about
sat down at
the
the time.
before he got murdered. I stand with Lalo.
Hey, Lalo, how far away is Santiago
Far away from what?
from you?
No, I'm in Santiago.
What?
Yeah.
So 8.3 magnitude tremor strikes Santiago.
No. It didn't strike Santiago. It's the epicenter was 3 hours away in a place called Illapel.
So you're lying.
3 hours north. Yeah. But it was really strong here. I mean, they felt it in Argentina.
Yeah, there's a video online. I'm just going to watch that real quick.
So you're watching the video of me, my appearance on the news.
Yeah, there's Lalo just going, ah! Stop with Lalo. He's already got his own fucking campaign going even before he's dead.
So why does Chile have such a large Palestinian demographic?
Why they chose Chile is beyond me. I really don't know. But the reason they came is that this was during a time where Palestinians were being forced to join the Turkish army. So a lot of people rather escape than join the army. So they went many places. One of the main places.
Turkish or Ottoman?
Oh, Ottoman.
Okay. So it was during
I mean, at the time. Well, the thing is, it's also like there's kind of like a reference to Turkish, because even in Chile, like between Palestinians, we call each other Turkish. We call each other Turcos.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And the reason is because they were forced to join. They were being forced to join the Turkish army or Ottoman army. They traveled to Chile with Turkish passports. So even in Chile, it's very common. We'll call each other like, oh, somebody will say they have like a Palestinian last name. They'll say, oh, eres turco, you're Turkish. But what we mean by that is you're Palestinian.
Are you sure they don't mean like tuyos unos?
No. We say a lot of really we say turco, and that means Palestinian. We'll also say like paisano, like paisan in Italian. We'll say paisano. That also means Palestinian in Chile. This is only for Chile.
Chile does it have its own variant of Spanish like all the other Spanish languages?
Well, it's only slight variations. Like actually, in all of like Spanish-speaking countries, the variations are not that strong because Spanish is pretty uniform. You'll just get certain expressions or things like that. But actually, like Spanish is dictated by the same standard, which is the Real Academia Española.
But Spain, like legit Spaniard, is super different, though, isn't it? I thought.
No, it's different. But for example, like so in Chile, how do we check that the language we're using is correct? Like for a dictionary, or this is the right word, or anything like that, we use the Real Academia Española, which is like the legitimate verification of each word in Spanish, and it comes from Spain, and that is the reference that every Spanish-speaking country uses for Spanish. They don't use like a text from their own country, so that's why Spanish is actually very uniform.
That's interesting.
That's really complicated. Why can't you just speak English? I mean,
yeah.
Just make everybody's life
you
a lot
speak
easier.
backwards, and you keep on. Yeah. You got rid of the ofs and the ands. You just say me car. Like, why didn't you just say that's my car? Like, what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, I don't mean to dumb things down, but I've had a long day.
Like
you're talking really fast,
like the UK really.
I almost died today, guys.
I know you didn't really.
You almost died a little bit ago. What do you mean today? Like you literally almost died.
Well, it was a pretty strong earthquake, man.
Yeah, 8.3. It doesn't really get
8.3
much.
8.3 is a big earthquake, by the way.
Yeah, I've only experienced a couple, and they've been in the 3s. It's still, and they're
Texas
kind of
got
fun.
like 5s, right? Texas got a 5 one time.
It can, yeah.
And knocked over a lawn chair. I think that was the grievance, right?
Yeah.
It was real bad.
Spill a beer over or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big
barrel mock Confederate flag bib.
Yeah, and we don't even get any interesting weather. It's just
we get hot weather
all the time.
What do you mean? That's so interesting.
Weather, yeah. You get a suntan and skin cancer, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original
Palestine thing. Should we keep talking about the Israel-Palestine thing?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna move on from after Israel and Palestine. I was gonna move on to like other Arab nations and stuff, and just kind of get your opinion and stuff.
Yeah, I like you keeping me out of the conversation, fuckbag.
What the fuck? Well, you're like a master of like getting women with tits to get on here with Devin. You don't have that's your forte. You'll find a bunch of women.
Every hangout I do is nothing but guys. It's a cockfest. But every time I see like Anthony hold a hangout, it's nothing but tits.
It's just a bunch of women. It's just a bunch of fucking Y's on the bottom.
You know why? You know why? Because
Why?
I took the time to actually talk to a lot of these people one-on-one.
Oh my God! Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to get to know them and make sure they're not fucking nuts for a start. Like I did with some of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll talk to a couple of them like off air, and I'll talk to them on the phone or whatever. I know some of these people's real names, home phone numbers, and everything. No shit.
Yeah.
Like we have genuine friendships, without a doubt. Yeah, they're really nice people.
Yeah, I've made a lot of good friends from Twitter. Like most people I've talked to in person, because you don't really know who you're going to encounter necessarily on Twitter when you talk to them in person. But almost everybody I've talked to is really intelligent, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you would
talk
have
to intelligent people or Arabs that can't. I'm sorry. Intelligent people or like Arabs that are just super mad, and it's just like catalogs. like they cut out magazines and then paste it onto their keyboard, and then that's how they typed. Like they didn't know what letters they were putting. They're like, Kekakufa, ISIS is not Islam. Why you lie? Zionist pig. Like those are the fucking messages I get. Or
Yeah,
don't get mad at me
I don't
for
get
liking
that.
Kurdistan.
Yeah, I'm English though, dude. I have such a different sense of humor. It's so
that's
weird.
true. That's funny.
You know.
Yeah,
I guess
totally.
Lalo would probably align more with me with sense of humor because you've lived around the world, right? Obviously, we know you've lived in Korea, right?
American.
Stuff like
Who, me?
that. You speak American? Yeah, you. There's only three of us in here, pal.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I've lived in a
me.
few places.
Say again?
I've lived in a few places, yeah.
Yeah, well, me too.
Why don't you tell us about Korea?
There was a lot of. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a party where it's like all Asians. It's like going to that, but you can't leave.
They're so fucking racist.
What's the sex like?
Huh?
What's the sex like?
What's the sex like?
Unbelievable.
The sex
Yeah.
like? Damn.
That was your first question, Anthony. That was your
Well,
first.
that's relevant,
You
right?
skipped over. Were you threatened by North Korea at any point?
I asked
Was
the
there any
questions
time that you
everybody's
were like
thinking.
really scared? No. What was the sex like? Did they have sideways vaginas? Like what's going on over there? I heard in
didn't
the
say that.
documentary
I did
their
not say
nipples are
that.
off
They
color.
do have sideways vaginas, but once you go Asian, you'll never do Caucasian.
Whoa.
okay.
I've never heard that. That's nice.
No, but you know something? It's like these are countries that are really known for being misogynistic and patriarchal. But you should see the dating life in Korea. Women dominate dating to a degree that's incredible. They're so demanding.
Really?
Like the guys have
What,
to.
like in a bad way or a good way?
To the point where I think it's bad. Like the guys have to like show so much. They have to pay for so much. They have to give a lot of gifts. They have to show that they're either studying to have a great job or have a great job. It's like the culture of like gold diggers in the United States, but this is the standard for all culture in dating in Korea, and it's not something hitting. And there's no word for like gold digger. Like that's just how people are.
That's just the norm. Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
but to some degree, it's like it's not even a pejorative. It's understandable because the countries are so fucking expensive. Korea, Japan, to have any kind of life in those countries, you have to make a lot of money. So
Like,
money
really?
is a big deal. Yeah.
How much are we talking?
Well, like Korea, for example, I was looking it up once. It's the most expensive place in the whole world to get married. Number
Well,
one,
how much?
Korea.
Give me a figure. No, I don't care how much it costs to get married. How much is the fucking rent?
The rent?
How much does it cost? Yeah, how much do you get paid a year for?
Well,
doing a fairly
that's the
decent
thing.
job?
It'll depend, but the rents in these places are astronomical. It's like maybe like $5,000 a month.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, fuck me in the
That's
ass with a
unbelievable.
semi-truck.
I mean,
Yeah. But these are like that's like semi-nice areas. But like you could, but you're not gonna find a place for like less than 2,000 maybe a month. Like that, it's very
That's
hard.
terrorism.
If you have,
We should-
if you
we
have,
should-
if you have
2,000
a
US.
family, it's not gonna be less than that. No way. Like you're living
2,000 US.
Yeah, 2,000 US. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's even more than
pounds. We meant pounds.
No.
Oh
I
shit,
mean,
you could have meant, I don't know, Canadian fucking dollars for all I know. We're talking
Canadian
globally
dollars.
here, so.
Sterlings. Shekels.
We all know Canadians are worth a lot, okay? Leave Canadians alone. They get a bad rap sometimes. every now and again.
It's interesting, but it's very hard to live in Asia. I have a friend who actually moved to China, and she's a black girl from the U.S.
Oh my God, they're so racist over there.
But now she's not like black, like American black. She's really black. Both her parents are from Sierra Leone, like that kind of black, right? And so she was gonna go there and teach English, and I told her, I think that'll be a great experience for you, and I think that's wonderful. But you have to be prepared that this is not the U.S. You know, people are gonna look at you in a really weird way. I told her,
stick out.
You're gonna stick out, but it's not just stick out that people look at you. Like I told her, people are gonna come up to you and ask to take a picture of you just because you're black. That's what happens there. You know, like this kind of like attention.
That's great.
Yeah, and she went there and she was like happy at first, but at some point she told me like, yes, this is definitely like this is not what I'm used to. So I told her like, if you think like you can't imagine like racism in the United States as a standard, like no, this is a totally different world.
In China, there's a.
You don't understand what racism is yet until you've lived in Asia. You know.
In China, there's a very like big trumpet player who plays just like Louis Armstrong, and he also puts on blackface makeup and black hand makeup and sings like Louis Armstrong, and it's possibly the most racist skit you can ever see.
Dude, blackface is so common in Chile. They do it all the time on TV.
Really?
Yeah, it's the taboo of blackface. The thing is, in the United States, a lot of black people hold the standard of what racism is to the whole world. But the standards of what is and isn't racism hasn't expanded to the whole world, and that's what they don't understand. Like they think certain words that can't be used. Or people have come to South America and they won't use the word negro because it sounds like negro, but it's the word that just means black.
Yeah.
You can't hold this. What word do you think they're going to use to describe a black person in South America? They're not going to say black hombre. You know, like they're going to say negro. That's the word for black. But in their minds, they think the standard of what is racist applies to the whole world, and it just doesn't work like that. It's a very American-centric kind of thinking.
Yeah, that fucked with my head when I first found out that negro meant black and blanco and blanca meant white. I was like, wait a minute, don't be fucking with me. Like, blanco means black, you motherfucker. Like, I remember being so.
I mean, for example, like in the United States, I was told like mulatto in pronunciation, that's offensive. But in South America, it's very common. Like oh, it is mulatto, right? Or the word oriental. When I lived in Asia, like it's very common to use the word in Korean of Oriental to refer to people who are Asian. But if you translate it over, suddenly it's offensive. So the standards are just, it doesn't work both ways. It's very hard for them to understand. And the blackface thing, yeah, I understand why in the United States it's the same thing where I was watching this report about the woman who made an afro on the Young Turks, and they said it was offensive, and they should have. Yeah. But the thing is, like, that was done in a magazine that's international, right?
Huh.
So the thing is, they were saying, oh, but they don't understand the racism behind this, but they were talking from the point of view of an American. Like, okay, this is racist maybe to you in the U.S., but you can't apply this to the whole world. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that argument that foreign policy.
Yeah, it's a very American-centric argument against like the Afro. Yeah.
That's great. So, when would you say that relations between, just moving back to our original subject, really off guard.
Pregnant girls on YouTube?
Yes. The relations between
When are we going
Jews.
to talk about sex?
Jews and you're unbelievable.
It's supposed to be about guys and shit. You're talking about, oh my god, look, carry on.
Viewers. Well, all right, let's go into Pornhub and let's do some analysis of some like so we can involve Anthony. Let's come on. Fucking great.
You get so heavy, dude. Fuck.
I do, don't I?
Yeah, and it's like
Well, you can tell from his
Central.
channel, he's so serious.
Well, it's funny because
I'm very passionate.
I'm very lighthearted about it though. I like joking.
Yeah, but at some point, if I don't interject in the conversation, I'll get bored and I'll go, yeah, I'm switching this shit off.
God, there's just another strong earthquake. This is
not.
Not going to stop all night.
It doesn't bother you at all.
Doesn't fall on me.
What happens if your toilet? splits
Do you live in
two.
like a bouncy castle or something? An earthquake doesn't matter. Just wobbles you around a little bit.
Who is your guys' favorite porn
Fuck
star?
off, earthquake. What was our favorite what?
Porn star.
Stoya. I think that's her name. Stoya.
Oh, yeah.
She's fucking
I don't know if
hot.
I'm familiar with her.
Stoya. She's
Okay.
like all her stuff. She's a cunt. She copyrights all that shit. She copyrights
Calm down.
Yeah. She's that bitch that like you go on Pornhub and they're like, this video's not available now.
I've got
her.
no idea who
That's
you're talking
her.
about. Yeah.
She's your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How bizarre.
She's hard to get, you know? She's hard to get. Plays hard to get.
Isaac, you're so odd. Really odd.
Yeah, like you say you talk about
finder.
you talk about your favorite porn star and you call her like a cunt and you hate her.
Oh fuck me. Yeah. I don't really have one. I have one that follows me on Twitter, Mercedes Carrera, and she's pretty fit, so you had to say her.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen her stuff, but I've seen her she does some debates about Gamergate, and I've seen her talking.
Yeah, she's
a very smart woman.
Hell yeah, she's anti-fem and all that. Yeah, so I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But I have to have her muted on Twitter because I've got my iPad at work. I'm scrolling through and then this massive cock inside some fucking. I've got to I can't have that on my iPad, so I've got to mute her. I did tell her that, and she kind of smiled back. Shit, whatever. But she follows everybody. It's not it's no bad that Mercedes Carrera follows you on Twitter.
My favorite is Asa Akita, because like her Twitter is brilliant. She's one of the best tweeters there is. It's so funny and outrageous, and she even published a book that was called Insatiable.
Send the link.
Really, it's a great book.
I'll send you tweet her handle out. Not just tweet her handle out.
Oh, just tweet her handle. Yeah.
We've got 15 people watching, whoever the hell they are.
Like, she's a brilliant writer. Like,
all of them, I'm sure.
Her satire and what she writes is hilarious, and her book was really smart too. So I like her a lot.
Okay, well, tweet.
To involve Anthony.
Yes,
what's your favorite
color
dog that you like?
I like that's an interesting question.
It's very deep.
Yeah, let me think about that one. I'll come back to you. I'm more of a cat man, to be perfectly honest with you.
I have 4 cats.
Fuck, I'm allergic to cats.
Good, we're not anywhere near you, so you're fine.
Really? That's how you... Dick. He's in an earthquake. That cat could make it. Dick.
Oh, the cat will be fucking fine.
Yeah, the cat's gonna be right there.
I stand with Lalo, alright?
I stand with
Lalo. Literally, obviously, I'm, 2,000 miles away.
You gotta die first.
I'm virtually right behind him.
It's really important you die and nobody touch your body and they take a picture of you after you're dead. Like, don't help you. Like, just, like the kids in Africa.
I really have to talk with somebody that if I die, they have to come to my house really fast and, like, format all my hard drives. I don't want other people going through that.
I was thinking about it the other day when they were like, the national security is a huge issue. We should be screening these refugees to find out who they're terrorists. And I was like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers saw my computer or my phone? Like, that's it. I'm going to Guantanamo. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, there's no way with the amount of ISIS propaganda that's on my computer that, like, if anything happens with me involved, that they don't say it was, like, an ISIS-inspired fucking event of, like, Taliban fucking death.
You're not creating it. You're just editing it.
Yeah, but they don't care. Obviously, in America, they don't
care. I mean, they're not dumb.
The only thing that would save me is Twitter.
But you're not a target, are you, obviously. A fucking Jew living in Texas. I mean, you're not going to be a fucking member of ISIS.
Well, no, obviously.
You don't fit the profile like Sam Harris says.
But no, I'm
you're not
saying,
going to be the one that gets stopped thinking that you're
I was just thinking about it. Like, it's really funny. Like, it would be a debacle. Like, I would be in a lot of trouble for a while I had to sit there and explain the context of why I'm looking at
Why? Because you're absolutely right. No, because you're not hiding anything, so I wouldn't even be worried about it, to be honest. The only thing I'd be worried about is from the fucking other side, not our side. From the Muslim side is what I'm saying.
So I guess I can bring that up. Today ISIS released 4 new videos. None of them were violent. and they were all addressing refugees, all of them.
Wait, but Isaac, when you say they released 4 new videos, is it this on YouTube, via Twitter? Like, how do you find those videos?
It's literally, that's what they call it.
Caliphate Tube?
That's what they call it.
Wow.
It's from an Arabic site.
Wow.
There's one section that is translated into English that you can translate it obviously with like your own browser, but
right.
There's one section that translates, so they give you the subtitles, and it's called Isdarat, ISDARAT. They're constantly changing the .tv, .to, .com, all that shit, because they have it on a cloud network, kind of like the Pirate Bay. They have it on a cloud network, so whenever one of the domains get taken down, they just put it on a new domain name. But I post screenshots of that stuff all the time. If you look on my anytime I'm posting a screenshot with tabs open, the tabs with the black YouTube symbols, that's ISIS. That's one of their pro-ISIS website where I'm getting all these videos from. The other site is jihadology.com or .net, .org, whatever. They're a little bit slower, but they grab all that. They're not as organized. They don't have like an English section, and they upload everything. Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, all their videos. Al Nusra. They're a bit more inclusive. They don't just do ISIS videos. But so ISIS released 4 new videos. None of them were in English. So I had to kind of like browse around Twitter from the English-speaking jihadi people to see what the gist was. And basically, like the magazine that they released, I can post that where it's translated. They have a magazine they post every month. It's translated into English.
You're doing good work, Isaac. You're doing good work there, dude.
So they released 4 today that were talking about the refugees, and it's interesting because obviously the claim is that ISIS is going to hide refugees or terrorists inside the refugees, but I'm very skeptical of that. I think if there is, it's going to be a one-off or two-off. I think the odds are we're going to find them before they could do anything if that really happened. But the reality of the situation is ISIS is telling them this is a sin. You're leaving towards the kafir. You're leaving your brothers in the Arab world that need you now more than ever. You should come to the Islamic State. We have open borders. We will always help you. We've got the zakat, the fucking all the pillars, the jihad, all that bullshit. You need to come here. This is your homeland. You're always welcome here, especially because the Syrians are 70 or 80% Sunni. So, I mean, they're trying their best to get a hold of these guys to get them to come to the Islamic State. Right. And I don't think the refugees that are running to Europe are going to be a part of the Islamic State.
I'm not too worried about that, to be honest, either. I think like the most extremist, religiously extremist Muslims in Syria are probably their main focus is against Assad. I think it's not this is I've been reading a book that I haven't been able to finish yet because of all the things I've been doing on YouTube. But I'm reading a book by Ali Soufan, who was in the counter-terrorist unit of the CIA, and he wrote a book called The Black Banners, the Black Flags. But it's basically the history of Al Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. And he said one of the problems that Osama bin Laden had recruiting for Al Qaeda to fight against the U.S. is that nobody really cared about attacking the U.S. in the 90s. No, they wanted to attack like dictatorships like Saddam Hussein or when the Russians were invading, all these kind of things. They had no real interest in the U.S. at all. And I think a lot of Syrians, like, what problem do the Syrians have with the U.S.? Really none. Do you know what I mean?
It's interesting. Yeah, they really don't. They don't blame the U.S. Unlike, in fact, what they get mad about is that the U.S. is doing nothing to stop Assad.
I mean, there was many of the protests a long time ago when I was seeing protests in Syria. They were holding up banners saying, UN get involved, US get involved, Britain get involved. This also happened in Libya when Gaddafi attacked them. They were on rooftops with huge banners and says, Bush, please help us, and things like this. Like, it's not true that all the Middle Eastern countries and every Muslim is anti-American and doesn't believe in interventionism.
That's fascinating to me,
true.
honestly. That's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
there's really people out there begging for help from nations, and we just ignore it. I think it was, yeah. I mean that happens a lot. It's really those instances are completely ignored. And you know how the approval rating of the U.S. went up in Libya after the invasion. It got well above 50%. The invasion of Iraq or invasion of Libya?
No, the invasion of Libya. It wasn't really an invasion.
The liberation.
The bombing of Libya, the bombing of Gaddafi forces, and the post. Ousting, not ousting because he died, but the post era of Gaddafi.
Post bayonet asshole of Gaddafi.
Right, yeah, complete fucking douche.
That shit was hot. That shit was hot.
Yeah, but the approval rating of the U.S. and that country went up. That's not always going to happen depending on how the outcome is, how the U.S. gets involved. But in Libya, they did it, fairly well. It's a country that they were they had no education during the time of Gaddafi, so they don't know how to run their country, and that's why it's in really big turmoil now. But they definitely wasn't better under this asshole who called his people rats and tried to bomb them and kill them, complete towns of people who were opposing him. Definitely.
Does anyone know why Assad does it? Like, is there some rationale to why he murders? Like, is he a Shia? I don't understand.
No, he's what is he? He's a very small minority of Syrians. What is it?
Well, the minority of Syrians is Shia. The majority is Sunni, for sure.
What's the name of it? I'm sorry, I'll look it up. So,
you know
I know it's a. Well, go ahead. I'll look it up. But he belongs to a small.
Just look it up. There's
ask me a question, Isaac. Fucking hell.
So what kind of boxers do you think Assad has, Anthony? Do you think they have Quranic verses?
I just can only talk about Muslims for so long, dude.
Yeah.
What about King Davis, Anthony?
Jesus fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Bitch.
So Assad belongs to a group called the Alawites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alawites, okay. Yeah,
the Alawites, and they're a very actually small minority of Syria.
Are they a subsect of Shia or Sunni, or are they their own sect completely?
Good question. It's a subsect of Shia Islam.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the Twelvers are the biggest.
Yeah, and then the majority is Sunni, so they're leaving the country.
What's the difference between Shia and Sunni, real quick?
Oh yeah. You actually wanted to know that. Okay. So to give you
you don't know the difference between Sunni and Shia?
No, I studied this. You're gonna let me tell him, Lalo.
No, I just want to
fucking Lalo. He's a Lalo.
Lalo.
Hey, quickly though, I don't stop talking about. Oh my God.
Do you have better subjects to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about women. Fuck yeah, that's the best subject.
You're so consistent. You're so absolutely consistent. So very quickly.
This is what happens when there's no girls on the hangout. Anthony just wants to talk about girls.
Yeah, seriously. Can we get some eye candy in here so they can keep you occupied? Fucking. Okay.
God, you just all you want to do is display how worldly wise you all are. I get it. Fuck.
Well,
go pick up a gun and kill somebody. I don't care.
You could be pretending. You could just. All you have to say is yeah, and you would be just.
Because I'm not. Dude, I will glaze over when it comes to geopolitical bloody fucking blah. Who's trying to kill me and who am I against? That's all I want to fucking know.
Okay, so to give you a very short version is
very short.
The Sunnis believe that there was.
I like Shias, right? I'm on the Shia side.
You're on neither side. Both of them want you dead. Both of them.
Jesus.
Both of them want you dead. Both of them want to take your head, put it up your ass, and put you on a fucking spike.
Nice.
Okay?
Cool.
So the Shias are the ones that are getting attacked. The Shia is Iran. And they believe that the 3 original kings of the caliphate were bullshit, were blasphemers, and that they should have let the 4th king of the caliphate be the one true king of the caliphate because he was the illegitimate son of Muhammad. The Sunnis believe the first king of the caliphate, Abu Bakr, the best friend of Muhammad, was the king of the caliphate. So basically,
What time scale are we talking here? What year was this?
This is 600. This is right after Muhammad died. 540, whatever. So
I've never studied Islamic history or anything.
it's honestly it's interesting.
I'm sure it is.
So they believed that the Sunnis believed that Abu Bakr was basically the holiest man, and he made the Sunnah. The people, there are certain people that made certain hadiths in Sunni that you have to follow that you do not follow in Shia.
My understanding of the hadiths are they're the things that Muhammad said.
Yes, and they're stories from other people, and that's the biggest problem with it. So it's like
they're also some of the most violent writing.
Please keep it simple.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you get
yeah. So it's sayings of the Prophet.
Okay.
So the Sunnis believe that Abu Bakr was the holiest man, and then he had two other people that were kings of the caliphate, and then it gets to Ali, who is the bastard of Muhammad.
Bastard son.
Yes.
Okay.
So like it was like a concubine son, like it was one of his slave whore sons.
Okay.
So they didn't recognize him as the son of Muhammad. They didn't treat him that way. The Shias refer to him as the number one person, not Abu Bakr. That alone pisses them off. That alone is like blasphemous. But what's worse is they go straight conspiracy theory, and they say that in the Quran it actually says that Ali was supposed to be the king of the caliphate, but you dirty Sunnis took that page out, and the only person that has the real Quran is our 12th Imam that's in a cave with the river of milk and honey that only the Ayatollahs can speak to.
It's like just a mental fairy tale, isn't it? So
it is. That's exactly what it is. But that disagreement is why people are getting shot in the head, heads cut off.
No, it's not. It's because of U.S. interventionism. That's where the Sunni
You've been talking to C.J. Welderman.
Yeah.
C.J. Welderman. Stop.
You've been schooled by C.J. Welderman.
So there is that point too, but there's a real point in which I thought this was a 1400-year racism because of certain factors. I was wrong. Ayyid al-Baghdadi, very big scholar on he's a Syrian refugee on Twitter. He personally corrected me. This racism has existed for 500 to 600 years.
Yeah,
since the
so
beginning
we ain't going to be able to sort that shit out. Ever.
Yeah, the beginning of the Ottoman Empire and the Persian Empire.
Can you just explain what the Ottoman Empire was? Because that's something else I'm a little bit dumb on.
It's the empire of the Arabs and the Turks.
It's
before there was anything called Turkey, of course, but
the Middle East, North Africa was all the Ottoman Empire.
All right, I'll say something dumb. So was the Ottoman Empire anything to do with the Crusades?
Iran is now.
With anything to do with what?
The Crusades.
I don't know how much they were involved in the Crusades. Let me look up really quickly.
Yeah, but what?
Wow, was that an intelligent question? I thought that could have been really dumb.
That was a very good question. That was a very good question.
Yeah. Wow, look at me being all intelligent.
The Crusades were a military campaign sanctioned by the Catholic Church in the resultant siege of the Byzantine Empire. The Ottomans stopped them. The Ottomans killed them.
Byzantine?
Byzantine, whatever.
Byzantine.
So they did the Crusades, and the Ottomans killed them. So yes, they were involved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not. Okay, fair enough. So I've probably got a better handle on this shit than what I actually give myself credit for.
You really do.
Isn't it amazing that the United States, for example, like people, like the critics will associate the Crusades to the U.S. How is that done? That like they'll say, well, the United States is kind of Christian.
They're kind of white too.
And they're kind of white.
Yeah.
Like, this is how did that happen? And this is Obama. This is Obama saying this shit. Oh well, we have to remember we were in the Crusades. Obama's black ass was not in the Crusades.
I had a conversation with my wife this last week, and I asked her what she knew about the Crusades, because we were talking about that kind of stuff, and she thought it was the Christian Crusades, but she had no idea that it started because of Muslims. She had no idea that the Muslim or the Middle East would you class them as Muslims or
which ones?
Who?
The Crusades in general.
The Crusades there's a very good argument to say that the Crusades were a response to Muslim aggression.
Right.
That's
my angle, I guess. That's what I know about it.
Kind of victim blaming. So it's very tough.
I don't really put too much stock into saying like one is to blame or the other. Like these are very superstitious, stupid people who are probably fighting all the time, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say one is to blame or one started it, like that's not history.
Like,
know?
yeah,
I mean,
you're speculating at
the
that point.
advancement of Islam through Europe and stuff like that. Was that not what the
Islam got through Europe because of Turkey, right? I think that's the pinnacle of how it reached there. I can't imagine it getting there any other way. It took over Constantinople, and it was a big deal for the Ottoman Empire because Muhammad actually wrote about Constantinople and said it would take an incredible regime, an incredible empire to fight and beat Constantine, to beat his kingdom. And so when the Ottomans did it, they felt like they were fulfilling prophecy. It was a very big deal for them getting Istanbul.
crazy shit, man? It's just still going on to this day, which is so ridiculous.
So the Ottomans and the Persians. The Persians have an interesting history in which that they weren't Muslim for a very long time, and then Muslims just kind of came in when they were weak.
Well, define what a Muslim is.
That's a great question. That's a great question. I have to, if I'm honest, a Muslim is whatever the caliphate says the Muslim is.
Lalo, what's your opinion on that?
What is a Muslim?
Yeah.
It's
Well, to be a Muslim is well, this is something like kind of, for example, if you read the book Why I'm Not a Christian by Bertrand Russell, he starts off the book by saying we have to first define what a Christian is, and he says, well, to some degree, you have to believe in Christ on that Christ is divine on some level.
Like a Christian.
If you accept just that, then you're a Christian. Now, there can be many details behind that, but it'd be very difficult to say you're a Christian if you believe like some parts of the Old Testament, but you don't believe in any of the New Testament, or you don't believe Christ is divine to any point. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of have to start with just a basic point that you believe in Christ. Now, to be a Muslim, I think you have to start from a similar point that there was a man called Muhammad that really existed, and he received the word of God through an angel and wrote the Quran. Now, beyond that, how you take the Quran and what you interpret the Quran, that might change. But if you don't even believe that, like you can't say you're a Muslim and you say I don't even believe Muhammad existed. No, then you're kind of then the definition of Muslim is kind of out the window. You know, it's like saying I'm a communist, but everything Marx wrote was false and incorrect. And it doesn't work. You know, it's like these words, these definitions like Muslim or Christian have to mean something to some basic level. Because obviously you and me, like the three of us, we're not Muslim. You know, that's obvious. And there's there's at least some basic characteristics that makes us not Muslim. And that's, I would say, a belief that there's some divinity of the writing of Muhammad in the Quran. You know, that wasn't him just writing it himself. That an angel told him to write. Then he got the words from him. Then you're a Muslim. From there on, yeah, it could mean a Sunni, Shia. I interpret this passage this way, okay, but you have to start from from Muhammad.
So you would have to start with Muhammad, but if you follow the Quran, the arbiter of who would define anything that's Islamic would be the caliphate. That's how it worked in the Ottoman Empire. That's how it worked in the Umayyad Empire, the Empire of Muhammad. That's how it's always worked. It's King Khalifa decides who and what is not a Muslim and what is and all that.
Yeah. You know something interesting about if you study actually the Islamic religion, that it is addressed the fact that there are a lot of contradictions just throughout reading the Quran, and then if you include the Hadith, there's an enormous amount of contradictions. So this is actually addressed in
the abrogation.
But the way it's addressed the contradictions is that the basic rule is that whatever came later is considered to be the truth.
Is the revelation. That is
the true revelation. Whatever came the latest, not the earliest.
Yeah,
now,
so
obviously,
peaceful context doesn't matter.
Exactly, because the most violent contexts are actually the Hadith. So a lot of people will reference the Quran, but the Quran is actually like any contradictions the Quran has with the Hadith. The Hadith takes actually priority for those who follow the Hadith. And Isaac already explained the difference between those the Sunni and Shia who might take some hadiths or no hadiths.
The Sunnah, so they can wiggle
and
room.
there's even more sects of Islam that do not take the hadith to any degree at all. But
what's interesting? I'll let you finish real quick.
No. Go ahead. I'm done.
So what's interesting is the understanding of interpretation. Anthony, I want to involve you here. So, how would you interpret Mary had a little lamb?
Her fleece is white as snow.
No. Don't go that far. Mary had a little lamb. How would you interpret that? What does that mean?
It means a young girl owned a sheep.
Are you sure she didn't sexually molest a sheep?
Why would I infer that?
Well, you know, for example, like you just said Mary had a little lamb, right?
So she could have had that lamb.
No, but already I could say, well, actually Mary means to be happy. It's not an actual person.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? And for example, if I said in Spanish, El camino a la felicidad es sin esposa, which means the way to happiness is without the word esposa. Now, esposa means actually two things in Spanish. It means wife, and it also means handcuffs or chains.
So we go back to the women again.
So you could take interpret that as saying the way to happiness is without a wife, or the way to happiness is not to be in chains, which are two different things. Now, you might be able to come to interpretations of certain texts, like in the Bible or in the Quran, and certain words. And the thing is, it's very misleading to think that scholars today know what is meant by each word in the Quran.
No,
I'm sorry, you do not. There's no hardcore record of exactly what Muhammad meant by each word. Even today, you go to not even just country to country, but town to town, and words have extremely different meanings. And even in today's world with the internet and dictionaries on your phone, it's not always understandable to know what everyone is saying by each word. Now, in the time we're talking about, fuck no, people have no idea. I don't care. Call yourself a scholar all you like. You don't know the meaning of each word as well. Oh, but you know, Arabic hasn't changed in over 2,000 years. Bullshit. Even today, and that's not true. In Egypt or throughout the Middle East, the Arabic has the words in Arabic have different meanings if you go to country. So that's bullshit. And to know that what it meant like 1,400 years ago, you're full of shit. You don't know. Don't tell me you're a scholar. You might know what we understand basically today, but you can't tell me you exactly know what Muhammad meant. But so, even if you don't know
that question, right? Can I just stop you both? I've been asked one question about 10 minutes, and it was, what does Mary have a little lamb mean to you? So am I getting dumbed down here or something? I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I was trying to get to a point that would explain something that's interesting to you. So
you must think I'm really dumb. Right. The big boys are going to talk about Islam. You just sit in the corner and drink your beer.
Oh my God. But like, how much beer do you have, so I know how long we have?
I'm not drunk. I've had a couple, but oh my God, you're boring the shit out of me, guys. Talk about something else.
So
I mean, you're not boring me, but fuck, you just go on and on and on and on and on about Islam. Okay. God, no, that is fucking a death cult. Can we get over that one? Christ.
It's all I'm educated in. What do you want me to talk about? Global warming? I'll fucking bore you to death.
You know something? I'm
talking about other people.
Let me finish my point.
I think a climate change denier has infiltrated my Twitter feed actually.
Nice. Hold on. Save it. I need to finish this before we leave the subject. So
God.
The Mary Had a Little Lamb thing was to explain, if you watch one of my videos, the differences in Hamas and ISIS. There's a big difference in a lot of the things, but the primary thing is interpretation. Hamas interprets a story that says that this little girl was playing a duff, which is a weird like bang instrument that you can shake, in front of the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr, and it was Eid, so Muhammad said, "Let's go, just leave, let's go," and it's Eid. We need to go and be with the Ummah right now, which is the Muslim people. And because he didn't condemn the girl for using musical instruments. Hamas has interpreted that as the duff is an okay instrument to play. Now, the Sunnis will say no, because he didn't say it was okay for her to play that instrument. He was saying, don't chastise it. It's just a little girl. She's playing with a toy, and we need to go. Eid is more important than this. We can deal with this later. And that's a very representative way to explain how you can interpret the exact same text to mean completely different and opposing mindsets in a certain way. So ISIS nasheed will have just voices, but Hamas will have music with duffs and drums in the background. So I thought you might be interested to know.
I mean, this is one thing that I was like when I was talking with CJ is just he seemed to think that it was a very great thing that there are peaceful interpretations of these texts. Honestly, I don't even think a peaceful interpretation is peaceful or good, because to decide whether an instrument be played or have a correct interpretation of those parts of the Hadith or the Quran, that is, I don't even if you came to a peaceful interpretation, you're still doing something extremely evil by even trying to decide something so basic as that with the Quran. Fuck the most logical
seriously.
and peaceful interpretation of the Quran in doing that is to discard the Quran and use your own fucking mind. That is anything less than that is not peaceful and not good for society whatsoever.
All right, Anthony, your turn. You pick the subject. Do whatever the fuck you want. We'll sit here. You can talk to yourself, and we'll just drink beer, right? We'll drink beer now, and you can just ramble.
Lalo, what are you drinking?
I'm not drinking. I can go get a beer actually right now. You guys go ahead. I'll go grab a beer.
Oh god, no! He's gonna kill himself before he talks to me.
Yeah, what are you
I'll be
drinking,
back.
Isaac? All right.
I drink Diet Coke.
Really? Is that it?
I drink Diet Coke and I drink Diet Coke with no ice. Yeah.
Wow. Edgy.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's edgy, dude. Because it can get very warm in Texas, of course. In case anybody's wondering.
In case you don't understand why this is so dangerous.
Actually, it's quite...
It might get gross. It might get a little bit warm. Unfizzy. Not tasty.
I don't care. Diet Coke generally is just awful, so I would never drink that.
I have to drink it.
I would not drink that. If you're going to drink Coke, you may as well just drink the full sugar. Don't drink too much.
I have stage 4 cancer, and I need Diet Coke for my nutrition.
Isaac, stop talking shit. Yeah. So yeah, I was in Lubbock today. That was really nice.
Lubbock.
Yes,
I
Lubbock.
don't. Is that north of Dallas, northern or south of Dallas?
That's
Very
north.
south.
Yeah. So I was in east, and then I went north over the past week and a half.
I've been avoiding you at all costs. Like anytime you pass through a town, I go to the next town over.
I've not been anywhere near Dallas, dude.
Exactly.
Right. No, I've done that deliberately. Like, I could have gone to Dallas, and I chose Lubbock. So fuck you. It's about 3.5 hours away.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So I've had a busy week. How about Lalo? How about you, work-wise? Are you all right, pal? Let's not talk about Islam. How are you doing at work, Lalo?
Me?
Yes, you.
How's the earthquake gonna affect your work?
I've ignored my work a lot, just trying to set up the whole Great Minds on God shit and everything.
Well, that started off well, though, wasn't it? The Great Minds on God.
What about it?
I said that started off really well.
I mean, Phil was like, I have an interview with CJ Worleman.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to stay. It's only downhill from there. I mean, it can only be uphill from there. Really.
I hope it's just downhill from there. Jesus. Fuck. That's the highest I'm gonna go? That's the best I'm gonna do? Fuck me.
Sorry, pal. That was like a backhanded compliment that went wrong.
You fucked up so much in this conversation. Like, this is incredible. This is incredible.
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, it's a good way to start because he's such a character.
So wet over that Vegas trip. Like, I've never seen a man so excited to see another man.
My vagina is moist. It really is.
I can tell. I see you all the time. You're like, Devin, are you going to take me to the nice casino, Devin? Are we going to the nice place? Are you gonna show me off?
Okay, you'd have to admit, like, everybody does kind of like feel like you have a man crush on Devin a little bit.
Oh, it's obvious he does. I mean, there's no like, let's not.
Oh God, yeah.
let's not tiptoe around it.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird. I have to be honest because I'm 45 at the end of this month. I'm not a kid, right? And like if I was 25 or, well, yeah, if I was. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. I find him very inspiring. He inspires me to do things in real life, and it's not just you have to understand, right? I don't just talk to him through Twitter or Hangouts,
yeah,
right? So he is a friend. So
sure, man. Whatever you say.
Sure he is, man. Well, that's what he told me, all right. Let's just leave it at that.
What are you gonna do? I can already see the Twitter feed. Like I already imagine it. Like you're in Vegas and he stood you up and he didn't show up, and I can just.
For some reason, I'm imagining. No, I'm imagining Anthony like sitting on a corner holding like a single rose, like waiting for Devin to never show up. Oh no, wait, no, he's holding a rose and like a stuffed kangaroo.
That's great.
And he just starts crying because Devin doesn't show up.
Yeah, you fucking bastard.
On his Twitter, it's one sentence. It's like never again. It's like a picture of like the kangaroo's head ripped off, like just on the ground.
and the rose like being stomped on the ground.
Blocked or whatever. I'm not going on my own. No, we're turning it like a little mini vacation. So we're gonna do two.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Vegas 3 or 4 times, and my favorite place was Planet Hollywood. So if you get a chance, check that place out. It's really good.
Yeah. I genuinely wanted to go to Vegas many years ago, even before obviously I came to the country. But the first time I came to the country, I went to Chicago, so we were thousands of miles away. But as soon as we got to Texas, you can't gamble in Texas. There are no casinos in Texas. Right?
There's one up north if you go to Oklahoma, right at the border.
So it's not in Texas. My point.
Oh my God.
Okay. No, that's the point. Just in case anybody's listening, they might think, well, why can't you bet in Texas? Well, that's just the fucking law.
Because of religion.
Exactly. Thank you.
We should talk about Islam.
I've been to Vegas.
Yeah, well, I've been to. Well, I haven't been. I've been to.
It's only a good place. It's only a good place to go if you have a decent amount of money to spend.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do have a good job. I'm not,
Don't you whistle at me?
That was my
misogynist.
So anyway, so when he said he's meeting up in, I'd already we'd talked on Skype and stuff, and he says, yeah, I might be coming to Nevada in November or whatever. So all right, we'll just keep you informed. And then he said it on that Hangout. So I was like, fuck yeah, man, I might be able to make that. So I immediately spoke to my wife, and we were like, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, fuck yeah. We're only 14 hours away by car.
He
if we wanted to drive.
An ISIS threat video. Like he's not going to be alive by the time that event happens. Like you're putting all your
right
in this basket. I'm just telling you, like, be prepared for Lalo to have to sub for him, like, because an Earthquakeistan that he's living in, probably going to be a refugee soon.
Yeah, but going back to this little fan thing, I mean, I don't give a shit what anybody says about me. I've got no fucking thing to hide.
I think you two are very similar.
We are. We don't see any bullshit. It's just we'll cut through that fucking shit.
No, that's you guys are worse than Trump. Like you guys just
what do you mean worse than Trump?
You smell a hint of bullshit and you go full like nigger fuck you mode. Like you just like get the fuck out of my face. Like I remember how mad you were that I fucking addressed CJ on Twitter, and like it was like I had committed like a small war crime in your world. Like you were ready. You were ready to take me to Nuremberg. I remember that.
What was it again?
It was just me like arguing with him and then like saying like I can separate like my disagreements with a person with being able to like a person for who they are. Like that's why I don't.
In real life, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
But, it's interesting. Like Anthony is incredibly intolerant of like if he doesn't like something.
Yes.
Oh my god! Like Anthony is a great guy. I love talking to him. He's so nice. But when he's doesn't like something,
too.
Yeah, he's so polite. But when he decides he doesn't like something, he has no shame in bashing it to like with all his force, like
gross,
no shame in
racist levels.
Like we have to take this into account. Jacqueline Glenn made a whole video based on one comment
because of him.
Just on one comment on YouTube. That's amazing.
It is incredible.
Yeah, and that was something I wasn't expecting. I mean,
she didn't show other comments in that video.
No,
just yours, and she showed it twice.
Yeah, and it was only 33 minutes after I'd left the comment that she'd screen capped it. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Funny.
That was, like, that must have just like gone, dude, fucking twat.
Oh
man. This is what you want, isn't it? That's exactly
Aren't you going to make a response video to that? You told me you were.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Did. It was great.
It
was
great.
I
didn't see it. I'm sorry.
It got like more views than any of my shit on my channel.
I'll be totally honest with you. It was okay for a first try. I'm not going to big it up. It was all right.
No,
it was done through help as well. I had a buddy of mine in real life who helped me do the audio and stuff.
Yeah, you sucked at editing and you sucked at like putting your fucking. You didn't put any visuals besides first shit.
First try, pal. Give us a break.
I'm just saying, like, you suck. All right.
Thanks. I agree. I totally agree.
Come on. You know, come on. You know I'm busting.
How many subscribers have you got?
A lot now that Devin has subscribed to me. I'm borderline famous.
How many do you have, by the way?
I'm at 252 right now. Working my way back up to my fucking 295 that my first channel had.
Exactly what I was predicting in my head. You're going to surpass me on Twitter, and then you're going to surpass me on YouTube.
Fuck off. You fucking predicted. You fucking flipped a coin.
No, because you're bothered. You're bothered about you want to get your voice out there. So the more subs you have, the happier you will be, right? Because you want to say something. Whereas I'm just having a chat with friends.
I want to reach a certain amount. I'm not particularly. I don't like. I have a goal for an amount, and I really don't feel the need to surpass that amount.
What's the amount you want, Isaac?
I want to get around 1,000 or 2,000 most. Like I want to be able. I want to be able to like interact with the community and be able to listen to people's ideas without like ignoring a billion people. Like I don't want to be TJ and just have a trillion comments and just never be able to
respond to any of them.
For right now, like I don't really have like any real aspiration to like grow in subscribers for YouTube, but I do have like the number 10,000 that I want to reach in Twitter.
You need to unfollow a hell of a lot of people on Twitter, Lalo.
Yeah,
you're following like 5,000 people. I can't imagine what your channel looks like.
Yeah, but I only follow back. I only follow back other atheists. I make that clear, and I
get that, and it says that in your bio. I get it.
I don't follow back everybody because I don't want like assholes or religious dickheads who follow me. Like I don't want them in my feed. But I only follow back other atheists. And it's not. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and I understand what you're trying to do on social media and YouTube and such. Like you have a totally different thing that you're doing than what Devin's doing.
Totally different. Like I love what Devin does, but it's totally different from Devin.
Yeah.
Devin's influence is incredible too. If you really.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if you heard today. It's not. In
my videos, I'll get comments about
Sargon Sargon and Devin are going to hook up without a doubt.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Sargon followed. Devin this morning.
Awesome.
I mean, anybody can see that. Anybody can see it online. They can just look at who Devin's following and who Sargon's following.
You totally talked to them, and he said, "Don't say anything." And now you're like, "No, but don't worry, Devin. Everyone can see this."
No,
I didn't let the cat out of the bag.
I DM'd Devin this morning to tell him that Sargon followed him because I looked at who Sargon followed because I knew that they had a little exchange on Twitter, and I wondered if anything had changed because I know they wanted to like do something. I get the impression Sargon wants to do something.
That's great. That's gonna.
So Sargon followed Devin. Devin didn't even know that Sargon had followed him. So I DM'd Devin and said, "Did you realize Sargon followed you?" He went, "Really?" Yeah. I go, "No, I followed back." Excellent. So
I suggested to Devin today. I said we should do a hangout for the main Cenk Uygur bashers, which I said like it's like you. It could be like you, me, Autopsy 87, and maybe one other, maybe Tyler. I don't know, but just like us, the main like Cenk Uygur bashers, and
I don't really think it's Tyler.
I was in there. The fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you in there?
I have like a Raif Badawi video that was a big deal.
Guys, this is the thing for me, right? I will say these things in real life, and I do say these things in real life. I could get my wife if she was not asleep. She would say this. Well, she would definitely say, "Yeah, he does that in real life." I mean, I do it for a job. I have to tell people what to do and things like that, or I coach them how to do things better, should I say? And I have to face people every day, and I've discussed religion many times face to face in this country, and I've surprised and shocked and done all those things with people in this country. I'm not afraid of doing it just because I'm doing it online. Doing it online is like a laugh. That's like, I want to get fun out of this. I don't want to do it as, no, obviously it's serious and everything, but if I'm not getting fun out of it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make that perfectly clear. I mean, I'm not in this for popularity or anything like that. If that happens, then woohoo.
I'm in this for the same reason I think Devin's in it.
Yeah, if you're not going to enjoy it, or if you don't think you're going to get your message out there to a wider audience, and I'm not really doing. I understand your aspect with that, Isaac, and Lalo, that you want to get that voice out there, and I understand that.
Yeah,
but I'm not doing that really. I'm sort of I'd like to bring people together as a community.
You're you're the tabloid section, man. You're fucking your YouTube drama, Jacqueline Glenn, TJ, micro penis dick, fucking.
Fuck these people, and I want to expose them as much as Devin does. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I could see that. I was gonna say Jacqueline Glenn reminds me of the Coneheads. Have you ever seen that fucking receding hairline? That shit is so fucking high. Like every time I see a side picture of her, I'm like, you're fucking bald. Like you are fucking going. This thing is halfway through your head. You have middle-aged bald man head with long hair. Is what you're fucking doing right now.
That's like a Jenny McDermott going bald type thing.
Yeah. It's gross.
And these weird people on the internet. That is one thing that's really odd. I'll say odd. I mean, it's not really surprising, but
yeah, no, not surprising, but
since all this shit with Jacqueline Glenn and TJ and all that other shit. You get these little dweebs coming out that think that they've got some valid things to say about things, and they're so clueless. So clueless. Like, they don't even know where they're coming from. They're just parroting things that they've heard online. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have their own opinion on things.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not easy to be original on social media. It's not. It takes. I think it takes a lot of talent. I could never produce the content that Devin makes, or Sire or anything like that. They have an innate talent to do it, and it's not everyone can do it.
No, I mean he comes from a family that are entertainers of some description, either music or whatever.
I think I'm a propaganda overlord. I think I like making a documentary kind of
exactly,
style.
And we all find our little niches. Now, I use my voice in real life. This is what I have to do. I have to talk to people and make a point and make it understood in ways that people can understand. And I've said this before, but I guess that's my talent. You know, if I want to use my voice as a talent, then that's fine. And if people don't want to listen, then that's fine. And I'll probably stop doing it if nobody was interested or whatever. And I won't interject. And I'm not a twat in real life. And I'm not. But if you confront me with an idea in real life that I think is fucking stupid, I'll make you look stupid in real life. Mm-hmm. And that's the point. And people see this as like, you get these 14-year-olds coming on saying that, oh, this is the most ridiculous, inane shit. And these people just need shutting up and putting in the place as well as everybody else. But I'll only give them 3 minutes of my time.
I find it fascinating, the idea like that now, considering what Twitter is, that there are like feminists or social justice warriors who go on Twitter and will say the most outrageous, like aggressive things.
Porch monkeys, Majad Nawaz, you're a porch monkey.
Yeah, they'll say these incredibly aggressive things like men are rapists and Majid Nawaz is
old man white colonialism.
Yeah, white colonialism. They'll say these things to men in general or gamers in general. They'll say these amazingly aggressive, mean things. And then they'll claim like, oh, I'm a victim because I posted this to the entire world, and I got like, and I can show you 10 tweets of angry males tweeting me like anger tweets, and suddenly I'm a victim. That's amazing. Like, what do you think is gonna happen if you go on Twitter and you criticize a whole like subsection of like fandom? What you're gonna get like I'm under no illusion on Twitter now for shit about Islam. I'm gonna say I'm a victim because some Muslims come to my Twitter and say fuck you, you're an asshole, I'm gonna kill you if I see you or something.
Oh,
shit
dude,
like that.
I was gonna say that's nice if they say fuck you, you're an asshole.
I know that's gonna happen. Like wake the fuck up.
Yeah, it's rather incredible, this like victim complex. It's the victim industrial complex. Like it's incredible. Like these people they want to be the victim. It's not that they feel they are. They want that empathy for them for whatever bullshit.
But the nastiest thing is that they'll push people into attacking them, and then once they get attacked, they'll say, "I'm the victim."
What age group are we talking here, though?
Any social justice group.
Anyone that thinks they're on the high ground.
Yeah, but if you look at the social justice warriors, I mean, how many of them are out there that are... Well, I guess there's more of those.
Have you seen Anita Sarkeesian's followers? Like, just look at that number, and that's how many are for sure out there.
Have you ever interacted with any of these people, by the way? I've interacted with one.
I sent 2 tweets to her, and she blocked me.
No, not her directly.
No, I've interacted with a lot of, like,
I've got one right now that I'm arguing with that tells me that Stalin was a new atheist. Like, that's the fucking...
Oh my God, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, I was used like, that new atheists are responsible for 100 million dead, because Stalin was a new atheist. And I was like, so why didn't all of the following dictators of the Soviet Union kill as many people as Stalin? It's like, doesn't matter. Stalin was,
people, like, Isaac, you know this. When people talk about how many people died under Mao, died under Stalin, and they say Stalin killed this amount of people, to begin with, that is the most ignorant, stupid piece of shit. You don't know anything you're talking about, because the ultra over 90% of majority of those people died from hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, these are not people who were executed at the guillotine. These people who were, this was shitty economies, and people didn't have anything to eat. Just within 2 years of
there were certainly
Maoist China, people just died
from famine. We're getting all serious again.
No, just really quickly, there were certainly Gulag camps, and there was certainly like a genocide that he did, but it was in different things, and nobody followed that ritual. There wasn't this ritual of killing Christians, Jews, whatever the fuck, after he died, and it wasn't there before he got into power. That's the biggest difference.
Okay, you guys go into a party. Jacqueline Glenn is there. All right. She's pretty. She's tipsy. She's not drunk that it's gonna be like qualify as rape, but she's tipsy. She doesn't know what you guys look like in person. You start talking to her, she's interested. Do you hit that?
No.
No.
I would hit it. I would hit it really hard with a bat in the face.
I wouldn't do that either. But
no.
She's just. I can't imagine she's anything interesting to talk to in real life.
She just looks so bony. I think her vagina would look like a bone.
Yeah. No,
like, you know that bone women have? It would be like that, but with skin type, really wrapped around the bony part.
Who is the hottest YouTuber?
That new one. What's her face? The one that Devin mentioned. She's pretty hot. I mean.
Oh, the Nicole.
Lacey Green used to look really cute, and then
what? Lacey Green. What the fuck?
Are we gonna let me speak, or are we just gonna?
No, you're wrong.
We're not
basically. You're not saying
that. Now you've lost all your privilege, you motherfucker.
Yes, fuck off, dude.
I don't even want to find. Devin is the hottest woman on YouTube.
And I'm his hottest boy fan. Does that work?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. I don't get why people would go on about that. Like, if I like something publicly, it's like, oh my god, we can take the piss out of him. Because I like it publicly. But if you like a band or something and have their T-shirt and all that kind of shit, nobody gives a fuck. So what's the difference? I don't get it.
It would depend. If you were a 40-something-year-old man and you were super into the Jonas Brothers, it might be a little bit.
But there's a little more
direction. And you're like, Zane, why did you leave?
Yeah, but there's a little bit more to it than that, isn't there? I mean, it's not just that. If it was just me liking his YouTube videos and giving him $10 a month or whatever, then that's one thing. But I really like the guy. I really do. You know,
I think we all do.
And I'm not gay or anything. I'm not gay. I mean,
I really look up to him, and
I admire the guy. He inspires me.
I long for kind of his approval. I'm
not looking for his approval. No.
Well, I do. Like, because he inspired me to make videos, and so.
Well, that's a good thing. That is a really good thing. Yeah, absolutely.
For the longest time, he never subscribed to any of my channels, and I would see him subscribing to like brand new people that would just start in our community that like were his fans, and so for like the longest time, I was like trying to outdo myself to see if that would like get him, but I never wanted to address the point. And so
yeah,
like when
I saw that about the subscription thing. Now that's the thing. You should just tell him. Like
Well,
he'll just miss it. He won't know. He won't know.
That's that's my point. Is so like I view him as like a source of authority in a certain sense, and then a source of clarity in certain subjects.
Well, the clarity is fine, but I don't think he'd want to see him as a source of authority to you. If I know anything about Devon, that's not what he's about. It's not. He doesn't want anybody to look up to him.
That's interesting.
What I like about Devon is that he treats everybody equally. Like when he's in a hangout with his fans, if he doesn't like what somebody is saying, he will go after them the same way he does Cenk Uygur. He's not looking. He's not looking to
people to talk. He doesn't want him to talk. Yeah. He's not. That's not what he's about.
Yeah, like he's not like, oh, you like me, so I'm gonna treat you like my best friend.
Yeah, especially like
he will criticize anybody if you're talking shit.
And that's something that I'm always afraid when I'm critiquing him, because I'm always really afraid that he's gonna take it the wrong way and just like block me. But I try my best to make sure.
I think if you grow to a level like I think Anthony definitely, but I think me as well. I think if I had a difference like of opinion with Devin, I don't would block me and stop talking to me. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it just depends. I honestly, I think it depends on the subject, because I think he would, honestly. I
think if it was something personal, maybe.
Because if you're
on a subject like of religion or the Young Turks, I don't think you would.
No, because you've already gained a lot of respect with him, Lalo. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you grow to know him, I think he like. Devin knows
Isaac. I disagree with you on that, so fuck you. I mean,
he knows. I think that would happen.
But he would want you to. He would want you. Like, if you got into it, he wants you to say that you're wrong, because that's what he thinks. Now, I'm the same. Yeah. I'm the same in that respect.
Yeah, that's
true. If I know, I agree with him. Civilians shouldn't own guns. Simple as that, right?
Well, I mean, that I'll agree with him.
And that's his point. That's his point. That's all he ever says. Civilians shouldn't own guns.
That's the thing. So, like, he'll like you. It takes a while to get to the nuance of an argument with him, because he's so into the core of the argument. Like, to get into the origins of how religion really affects the Israel-Palestine conflict, I have to go through like 6 different caveats with him, condemning both condemning like Hamas hugely, and then explaining that Israel isn't a saint. Essentially, is what I have to do.
Oh well, Devin is like ridiculously pro-Israel.
He is, and I mean, to his credit,
ridiculously pro-Israel.
Well, it's
I'm not saying Israel is saints, but they're never going to be, are they? When they're faced it's like England. Whoa! It's like England when they're faced with the Falklands War. There were atrocities there. Shit happens in war. I mean, you don't want to get your hands dirty.
That's the point. So, like, with him, I'm always afraid to, like, I've already made the point to him, and he's already addressed it. I just want him to make sure that he admits that there's a geopolitics factor in that one incident. It is the sole incident. Like, I
would imagine he's never dismissed that one. There is a geopolitical issue there. I mean, there really is. But
that he shut me out because he's shut other people out for disagreeing with him on that subject. So that was like. I'm always afraid of like critiquing him, but I always push myself to do it anyways, even though I'm very fearful of like just getting completely disconnected from the guy.
I don't think he'd just put you out, Isaac. He really wouldn't.
I honestly think if I had a very strong disagreement with Devin, which I might, because I want to have a hangout just between the two of us at some point and stuff like that. I don't think he would react that way. He doesn't strike me as a guy like, if you know, obviously if you know him enough, which I think like the 3 of us have some kind of relationship with Devin. I don't see that happening, to be honest.
If you listen,
I might be wrong, but I don't see that in Devin.
Did you listen to that Q&A thing he did before he went to the gym thing?
No, I heard half of it.
Well, there was a live chat on that, and some guy right at the end, the last 5 minutes, this gnome guy. And he's just the fucking same when he's recording a video as when he is doing it live. Like, this guy, he's not making it up as he goes along. Well,
no, that impresses me when I'm talking with him in a hangout and I hear him talk. Like, he's just as witty. He's just as witty live as he is when he makes his videos. He doesn't like write this shit down and like become witty before.
No.
He's like in the moment. He's very articulate, very logical.
Very quick on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had more of an education than I have.
But I would say I'm better at Twitter than he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a funny story.
I don't know about that. I don't know. He's good in his own right. He's very.
He owes me all his fame on Twitter. I don't care what you have to say, because
Why
he
is
didn't
that?
know. He didn't know that you needed to put the space or the period before the people you were addressing with replies.
Wait, when did he ask you this?
He didn't. I just said it to him, like, because he never did it. And I was like,
Okay, but
"Dude."
when did you talk about this with him?
Oh, way back when, right after he just got like 700 followers from his Twitter.
Okay, Isaac, do you want to know something funny? Today I had like a 30-minute conversation in direct messages with Devin. He's like, "Help me! I don't know how to dot
That's so
reply."
funny. Like, I literally.
I told him, Devin, just like put a dot or start your message
That's so
before.
fun. I have
explained
screenshots.
to him, and he's like, "I'm confused." Explain it again. I'm like, Devin, you're like a master editor of technology on computers. You make amazing videos. How can you not figure out the dot reply?
He's not very. No, he's a bit slow in the uptake of that one.
Yeah.
That's why he's got some very helpful
awesome.
followers.
I've got it literally like pulled up. Like, it fucking. He was like, what does he say? Right over here, he fucking says, "So if I add a dot to my name, it broadcasts it into my feed." Huh? I didn't know that. I watched your videos. I ate lunch today. I enjoyed it. Just direct messaging Dave Rubin. He goes, "What do you mean the quote?" When I was explaining the quotes of retweets, he was kind of confused, and then I explained like how you retweet it. It brings up like the box. You can quote
That's
it, or you can like do the other retweet version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained that to him. He goes, "You're a wizard." He's like, "Thank you for helping me with this." And this is July 31st.
No, he still hasn't figured it out.
That's great. That's great.
No, and I think at some point he had like an epiphany because he said like, "Wait, I just put like a period at the beginning." I'm like, "Yeah."
No, he was under the impression that he had to include his own @atheist_roo so that everybody could see it. I saw him say that once, and I thought, well, that wouldn't really work.
So he would quote, he would add his own tag because it would count as talking to himself.
When he wanted to kind of broadcast the conversation to his followers in case he didn't kind of troll his timeline, which he can easily do on his phone, right?
We should all
he had to
quote
include
it.
his own tag. Oh, he's a dummy, dude.
We should
Absolute
shame
dummy.
him. We
should
should
just
just quote that and just
Public shaming.
Every
of
tweet we do
kangaroo.
now, just have @atheist through, like everything, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, imagine what that guy's fucking notifications look like on Twitter.
Oh, they gotta be
It's like
brutal.
everybody, and I've got an idea of it, just a little flavour, because for some reason I get tagged with everything that he gets tagged with these days.
Yeah. Whenever there's a big,
I think people think we're the same person, except he's got a Los Angeles accent and I've got an English one, I guess.
yeah, I think you're fanboy.
We do look kind of similar. Yeah.
And I think you just kind of like we're basically the same people. Like we live in the same house. We have the same
like
family.
have you ever seen the movie The Thing? It's a bit like that.
Yeah, it's like Freaky Friday, huh?
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah. It's
did Lalo die? Did the earthquake finally get you?
No, I'm just checking the Twitter thing.
Fucking quit fact checking us.
The Twitterverse.
Yeah, I'm having to delete loads of shit off my iPad because it's starting to really screw up.
You just got to delete the cache.
From an iPad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll leave that one. You'd have to tell me how to do it, Isaac. I know how to do it. I work in the industry.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can you put live chat on this fucking conversation?
No, because I already started it in Google Plus.
Oh, okay. So you don't know how to do it.
I think once you start the live conversation, I don't think you can then add the comments.
No, you'd have to stop. And this doesn't look like a YouTube hangout. It looks to me, from my computer, it looks like a... What's Q&A? What does that do? Opening Q&A. This feature is disabled. Okay. Okie dokie. Hey, Isaac, how do I clear the cache?
You go into Windows 32.
No, I'm on an iPad, dingling.
You go into iPad 32.
What do you mean iPad 32?
And then you delete the system file.
You're talking shit, dude. Alright, let me work it out myself.
Any nerd will understand what I just said.
Yeah, somebody will probably tell me in a second, this is what you do. Well, anyway, I don't know, and I can't be bothered. So,
yeah.
It's not even on my fucking iPad, I don't give a shit.
That's so fucked. Like, you're such a shitty person. Like,
What? That it's not my iPad?
It's not my iPad. I don't give a fuck. I'll put it in the toaster, make it into
Believe
a
me,
fucking cake.
the company that owns this iPad have got plenty of money, so don't worry about it.
Oh, this is yeah. I like this.
By the way, you gamble at Indian casinos in Texas. Oh, well, thank you, Kate, for that. She also called me Devon's biggest fangirl earlier, so I'll take it under advisement.
Yeah, there's a picture of you already in Vegas, apparently.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
There's what? Oh, I saw that.
Sure,
Yeah,
in Vegas, yeah.
That was my buddy. Yeah, I did that. He's very good. You know, because he's for like 10 minutes. He does a very good job on Joshua.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes, guys. But I'm gonna have to go to bed because I've got work in the morning. I don't know if you have work tomorrow. Do you actually have a job, Lalo? Or what the fuck do you do? Do you work on like a food stall or something? What do you do?
I work as a translator.
What, from home?
Yeah. Well, sometimes like I like will go like to work for a company or something like that, but I do it completely independently. So I just take jobs here and there.
So you're self-employed, basically.
Yeah. So, but it pays very well the hour, but it's not like I work every day, all day. So I have a good amount of free time, and I also have the freedom that I can't get fired, which is one of the reasons I started tweeting and YouTubing under my real name.
Yeah, I often wonder about some of these people. Not yourself, because obviously I've spoken to you many times, but
yeah.
Some people who are on Twitter, and I kind of wonder what they do for a job. Because it seems like every time I could log on at Twitter in 3 a.m. Central Standard Time in the US, and there's somebody on Twitter that
certain people who are like always
but they're not in England, they're in
always.
America. It's like, what the fuck do you do? Is this like some robot that's churning the shower or what? Like trying to churn out every witty tweet that you can imagine.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I'll tweet, and like sometimes the exact same people like will always see it. Like they're just, and I'm wondering, are they just sitting there, just like waiting for me to tweet or something?
I follow very little people. Like I follow like 10 terrorists, and then like a bunch of people I hate, and then like
me.
I like 70 or 80 people that I actually like. So when you make a tweet, like there is not much competition. Like I'm gonna fucking respond.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
No,
yeah, so it's very easy to see on your timeline. I think I follow 300 people.
Fuck that.
I don't. Yeah, but that's actually manageable because
how many people do you follow, Isaac?
123, and that's like I was at 90 a few days ago. Like I just ramped up big time.
Sometimes you gotta follow people back, dude. I mean, it does kind of grow the community a little.
Now fuck that. Fuck them. Follow me.
No, I get that.
I'm right. I'm the overlord.
You're not though. I'm the Grand Wizard of the Flying Monkeys. Remember?
Fucking David Duke ass bitch.
Whatever. I can assemble the monkeys. I don't know what to tell you. You know?
Yeah. I'm following
monkeys with vaginas.
Mm-hmm. I'm good at that too. But you have to be attractive to do that. So and talk to them and have a nice voice and have a nice accent.
That's not true.
Like what I do. So yeah.
Oh my god. Is that Jeremy Clarkson? Exactly. I like him. Come bring him back. Bring him back. I want him to That's so great. I love Top Gear.
Cool Tina.
That's great. You're good at that, dude. Seriously. That's great.
Dude, meet me in real life. I'm lots of fun.
No, that sounds gay. That sounds like 100% homosexual.
No, that's the thing, right? If I came to where you work, and I do know where you work, ish, and I
would blow my rape whistle like fucking immediately.
My rape whistle.
Immediately.
Why do you have a rape whistle in the first place?
Why? I'm in Texas.
I don't have one of them.
Does the rape whistle, like, if you blow it, does like somebody come to rape you? Is that how it works?
No. Christians commonly stop the person from wearing any condoms. They stop them from me getting an abortion. It's a really good like rape whistle.
I've got no idea what he's talking about. I also live in Texas, and I have no idea what Isaac's talking about. My experience in Texas has been extremely nice, by the way. If anybody's ever wondering, it's a really nice place to be.
They're very nice over here. It's disgusting.
No, compared to where I'm from.
Isn't it like the most obese state in the United States, though?
No.
There are some fat fucks at the hospital.
There are some fat people in Texas, but I mean more so than England, but not that much more so. You see way more disgusting people in England than you do in Texas. To a point.
It
depends how often you go to Walmart, right? To be honest.
In England, they have worse teeth.
Yeah, but that's not.
I don't know if that's true or if that's just like a
Isaac, there's an English person in the Hangout. I can answer that question.
Is it true?
Yes.
Is it just a culture? Like, is it just
No, there is a point to it because people of my age, and I'm 45 in this month. Like 10 years ago, you couldn't get a fucking dentist. Like you could go private, but nobody unless you're in a massively paid job, you can't go private for teeth care because it's just so expensive. So when you get toothache, or you get a fucking abscess, or you need a tooth or any kind of tooth treatment, they're not going to treat the tooth. They're just going to pull it out of your head.
Huh.
And that's what happened. So I've got like 4 teeth missing out of my lower jaw that developed, infections and shit like that. And you're in so much fucking.
In this picture, the monkey that has like 4 teeth.
That monkey's got better teeth than I have. No, it's got sharper teeth than I have. No, I've got all my own teeth. But
so the British are like the Japanese.
No, my point is that you can't get anybody to treat the tooth. There's no dentist. They're just like a doctor that will
rip the entire limb
off. Is that still true today?
Yeah. Huh?
Is that still true today?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Leica or somebody like that who's living in England. I'm not too sure. I can't imagine it's gotten that much better.
Aren't also British women like notorious for being really ugly?
Ask Leica again. I don't fucking think so either. No, yeah, it depends where you are really.
The Prince of Wales has like a cute wife.
There's a lot of beautiful women in England. There's a lot of beautiful women in England, but you've got to dig a little deeper, I guess, because there's a lot of fucking slappers out there. A lot of fucking
slappers. What a non-misogynistic thing to call women.
Anybody that's listening from England will know exactly what I'm talking about.
What's a slapper?
You're so ugly, I need to slap you out of my face. Like, just get the fuck out of my peripheral.
Slapper.
Or are they so ugly they look like they were slapped too much when they were born?
Well, Google chav, C-H-A-V.
Oh, that doesn't sound smart.
And there's the female version of that. The female version of chav.
Sounds like a terrible idea, but I'll do it.
It sounds like a fucking Mexican word for chafing, and I'm going to see
seriously, Google chav. I'm not making this shit up.
What, C-H-A-V?
Uh-huh. But you have to, probably prefix it with
This is just people
Go
drinking.
to images. Well, there you go. That's a good start.
Why?
Female chav. All right, Google female chav.
Ah, female chav. Okay.
Female.
I see,
female chav.
Assholes drinking.
It's certainly not going to bring up a vagina. Don't worry.
No, it's not.
It's not going to happen.
Well, I'm seeing incredibly ugly British women.
There we go. I did warn you. So I asked. So yeah, you get a lot of that in England. So you've got to dig a little deeper. You've got to get an education and meet the right kind of people.
You gotta go to Scotland. Yeah.
All right, laddie.
And they're angry about that.
Female chav, not chauvinist.
Fascinating.
Images. Yeah, and that's.
I'm educating myself in culture right now.
Yeah, right. There's
culturally appropriating.
Yeah, the one that's pregnant and smoking a cigarette. There you go. That's a chav.
That sounds American.
She's wearing like a crop belly top thing, so showing exposing her belly.
There's
and
one with a beard also. Oh, maybe she's not pregnant. She's just fat.
Well, it's difficult to tell sometimes. So yeah, that's yeah. There's a lot of that in England.
What did you guys think of Nicole Arbour's fat shaming video?
I've not actually seen most of it. She's not that funny to me. Maybe I'll give her another chance. I didn't really Nicole Arbour.
The fat shaming video.
Oh,
every fucking YouTuber decided to do a response video to that video.
Jacqueline
so
Glenn did one.
Like,
Creationist Cunt did one.
That's what I hate about the atheist community right now. Like, I hate that they just do safe shit. They just do. We're gonna talk about like this stupid shit that happened. Watch.
Did anyone see that?
Jacqueline's gonna have a video on that stupid Ahmed fucking kid.
Jacqueline Glenn did 2 videos on Nicole Arbour's fat shaming video. 2.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it.
It's not surprising, is it? Really? I mean, we know what her channel.
No, but it's like don't be an atheist channel. Be a tabloid channel.
Right. So I understand the point. That Lalo's getting at is that, or maybe you made the point, Isaac, that you hate the fact that I don't know. It's like everybody's turning on each other, but there's a good fucking reason for it. There's a very good, genuine reason. It's not just for lols and giggles.
What's that?
Because I mean, yeah, we're all atheists, right? So fucking what? Who wants a cookie for finding out there's no God? I mean, I took atheist out of my handle because it's just not. It's not important.
Yeah, like I've made that point too. Like atheist is something that describes something we actually don't have in common.
Exactly.
It's not. We actually. It's an idea we don't share. Oh, we all don't believe in God. Okay,
That's
so
right.
we don't have a common belief. So what common belief do we have? And
Well,
we find that we actually don't have many.
Yeah, so
But
we're
I
all
think-
disparate people, and
I
with
think-
different ideals and different ideas and everything. It's not.
Of course. But
But leaders will emerge, I guess. Or people who can guide the community in one way or the other if they have similar ideals.
For me, atheist is anti-theist. Like I don't think there should be an atheist that isn't an anti-theist. So that's why I suppose I'm conflating the two, because when I see an atheist channel, I want like daily updates of like the horrors that religions is doing on a daily basis.
Well, you don't have to really go looking for that, though, do you? I mean, that's quite easy to find. It's sort of in your face.
Yes, exactly. But nobody talks about it. Nobody like. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Kim Davis this week. Cool. Are you gonna talk about?
Well, it's one story that runs, isn't it? I mean, it's how much public attention one story gets. I guess that's the most important thing. Like Kim Davis got way more attention than what it should have.
Jacqueline's, you can bring a lot of attention to stories that aren't.
Yeah, so our job, or should I say, it doesn't have to be anybody's job, but I would say my purpose is to expose those people like Devin's doing, and I'll get in the face. I would get in their face in real life, and that's my point. I wouldn't just do it on fucking line. Like if she was in Odessa, or where I live, or if she was in fucking Dallas even, I'd be half tempted to go down there and call her out. Because she's just fucking wrong. I mean, she shouldn't. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, she's not wrong about everything, obviously, because most of the shit is such low-hanging fruit that she's
masturbation video. I fucking vomited it into my dick hole when I saw that fucking video. Like, fuck you.
But it's
I find the videos of TJ and the drunken peasants much more intolerable. Like, I can't watch the drunken peasants.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can, but I don't get it. I don't understand their videos at all. They're not funny. They're not intelligent. I really don't get people who watch them.
So that's so funny.
They do that kind of critiquing thing, don't they? The way they'll play either a large or small YouTuber's video and they'll critique it. I guess that's the sort of basic format of the show. But the only person that I see is holding that show together is that Ben guy, the wrestler.
He's organized. He's putting in the work.
He seems to be the only person with any kind of talent. And then TJ was basically on the same level as Brett Keane, who I communicated with last week, who is like, you're literally scraping the bottom of the barrel with that person. They're so fucking deluded and mental that to even begin any kind of dialogue with them is pointless. You're never going to get anywhere with them. All you're ever going to do is raise their voice up to something else.
TJ is ironically, he's part of the reason why I became an atheist, because I didn't know what the fuck an atheist was, what the fuck that even meant, when I had dropped out of high school. So I saw one of his videos featured on YouTube, and then I saw him addressing like he used to debate people, or have there was a big thing between him back in 2007 between Venom Fang X and him. And they went at it in a 5-part video series, and that was how I understood that religion was just bullshit, and that's what made me read into and learn about evolution and find out more about all these other things. So in a weird way, he factored into why I became an atheist, and now all his shit is just so stupid. All of it is meaningless. Nothing he does has served as good a purpose as his older shit did, and that frustrates me in a sense that I've unsubscribed to him since the Rue thing, but I used to watch his videos and they used to be really enlightening to me, and now they're not.
Yeah, I mean I saw some of. I haven't really seen almost any of TJ's stuff or Amazing Atheist or whatever, but I saw some early videos of his are pretty okay, but now it's
just Cartman voices.
Yeah, it's nothing interesting or enlightening. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something I really care about watching. I'm really surprised about the amount of subscribers Drunken Peasants and he gets. Do you think it's all atheists subscribing to him, or what is it?
It could be. I mean, it's I mean, I was subscribed to that channel for a while. It's just instant entertainment. It's just like, hey, we're gonna bullshit and we're just gonna make fun of shit for fucking shit's sake. Like it's what you would do when you literally have no time to to doing anything, and you just sit there and you just watch these people bullshit.
It's like the South Park a little of atheism a little bit there, right? It's just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, what's more interesting is the people that they put up on their clips. So like, they'll find really ridiculous people. I mean, it's the people that they're portraying up there are really funny in their beliefs. Like, Wild Bill, like this crazy fucking Southern religious guy, and.
But isn't it's so safe and easy to make fun of those people?
Yeah, of course.
It's like there's no intelligence behind like saying.
I've never seen him address Islam. I've never seen him do it once.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like they won't do they don't do a video exactly on Cenk Uygur like Devin does, which is like you have to dig into like the hypocrisy a little bit more. You can't just watch the video and say this is stupid and then just keep going and say this is stupid. It's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's probably a good place to end it since he's got to go now.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Anthony.
Anthony, are you still there? You fucktard.
Yeah, we've lost him. Like, he already found a pair of tits. He's gonna be gone for like 30 minutes now.
I think maybe he's jerking off.
Looked up chav tits.
Yeah, he looked up naked kangaroos and is jerking off.
Yeah, he's planning his like routine. Like he's got the Zach Galifianakis fucking Zagat's Guide to Vegas or whatever. Fucking. We're gonna go up here in this Mr. Chan's fucking where he went hang gliding, Devin. We're gonna go and look at all this stuff. It's gonna be great.
For some reason, I just imagine them holding hands, like walking around.
Yes. Wearing. They gotta wear the Muslim outfit too. They just gotta make everybody.
Well, I'm wearing. For some reason, I imagine Anthony in a white I Heart Atheism as an Unstoppable shirt with shorts and sandals with socks. That's how I imagine him. I don't know why, but that's how I see him. And I just see like...
We've just been shit-talking you so hard. Like, we were going to...
I heard that as well.
We just ripped. We were just like, woo, let's just go on.
You left. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Made me look like an absolute cunt. Yeah. No. Well, you're just jealous because I'm going to be in Vegas and you're not. So.
That's it. You're gonna have to take pictures of you and that. You're gonna be like selfie. Gotta be selfies.
Oh yeah.
I need to see all the selfies.
I don't know. Yeah, he'll be alright with that out there, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You better make duck face with those selfies too.
First day, fucking walking across the street, selfie with Atheist.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear I'm not like that. I mean,
we'll see. We'll see. I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna see like 100 selfies.
Hey, I'm on vacation, so fuck y'all.
I remember when you addressed that Kyle Kuklinski video, and you're like, I'm gonna repost this every time I'm pissed off. My feed, I couldn't see anything for like 30 minutes while you were watching that video. Like it was just you reposting.
It was like minute by minute. Just fucking hell, what a little cockend he is. But look how many, like, that little twat compared to say Lalo. Right? How better would that be if he was out there giving?
Well, to be fair, he's a radio host first, so that's where he gets.
Yeah, he was. He's a fucking dick, and this is what happens, right? And I think I've mentioned this before, either on a Hangout, or whatever, or it might have been even on Skype with Devin. But you get to a certain point as a YouTuber or a tweeter or whatever, right? Where you're not like you, Isaac, where you're not following many people. So I guess for you, ideally, if you want to get your voice out there, you'd end up with. You're following 300 people, but you're followed by 65,000.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and on your YouTube, you have 10,000 subscribers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You would feel your work validated, and that's all it is. It's just
definitely.
validation. It's not popularity. It's just that, does this mean anything to me?
Like,
it means something to me.
I worked really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a pleasant feeling when you get that feedback from people, and let's be honest here. Lalo does an interview with. Lalo does. I'm sorry, dude. I can't get your. Let's call you L. Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, you could call me Ed as well.
Ed. I'm going to call you Ed. Just a lot.
Because Lalo is actually the short way to say Eduardo in
really?
Spanish. Yeah, everywhere. This is not a secret. It's like everywhere in Latin America, Lalo is Eduardo.
Okay, Ed.
Call me Ed as well.
Eduardo. Yeah, so once you get to that point, and I'm going to use you, Isaac, as an example, can you put yourself in that position where you're in the point you want to be? So you're following 300 people, you know, they're all people that you're interested in, and you've got this massive subscriber base that a portion of which, not all of them, of course, like if you imagine Sargon of Akkad that has 175,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's very popular, and he says a lot of decent stuff. I haven't heard him say. I'm not interested in the gaming side of it. I'm not really into the Gamergate thing. But everything he says about social justice and all those kind of things and feminism, I'm totally on board with. And he doesn't go on about religion. He's an atheist, obviously.
Yeah,
but he
stays away from it.
Exactly. Well, he doesn't stay away from it. It's like it's an irrelevant subject.
Yeah.
You know how he's not one to rip into some Christian video.
Yeah, he doesn't.
That's left to everybody else, I guess.
He's stealing feminism and Gamergate big time.
Right.
This is.
So what is your question about the
followers? Right. So my point is, when you get to a point where you can start monetizing this, potentially, I'm not saying you would, Isaac, or Lalo, right? Either of you, like, so your Great Minds of God goes, you know, up the roof. You get 5,000 subscribers in 3 months or whatever, right? And Isaac, your channel goes crazy as well. And you get to a point where you can't reply to every comment, so you appear somewhat aloof to the other people that are following you, I guess.
Right.
And on Twitter it gets crazy, and you can't respond to everything, and blah 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 blah. Do you feel then that at some point you get so big that the disconnect becomes too big, where you have to disconnect from that? Like you interact, and Isaac interacts, and Devon interacts even. But let's use Devon as an example. Let's say Devon goes a little bit viral, and he goes from 10,000 to 50,000 subscribers, like Armored Skeptic did, right? Within a very short period of time. And he explodes, and he goes from this little one-man show where he'll reply to every comment on YouTube, and he'll reply to every tweet on Twitter. I'm not saying he ever did that, but I'm sure he did on YouTube. To the point where he's not going to reply to anything at all, and he will have the complete disconnect between.
I hate that. I don't know why people do that.
Well, I would lose interest if Devon was like that. If Devon never made any contact with his fans at all, or with the people that subscribed to him, should I say, and supported his work, and he never made any contact with them, I would have no interest in him either. It's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't understand where you were going with it, but now I understand your point, and I totally agree. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people on Twitter who also, like, they grow a lot and they get a lot of Twitter subscribers, but they never were really interacting. Like, they have good tweets, but they don't interact with their audience. For example, like you know, the guys know the tweet of God, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
who is a comedian, right?
He doesn't tweet well anymore. I think like he pretty much gave up on his Twitter account. From my feeling is, but when he was doing well, he never was a person who interacted with his fan base.
Yeah,
he would just tweet,
before,
right? Yeah, and so I mean, it's okay, but it's such a different interaction when you interact with the person. And I think I
think Lalo, you're using a kind of a weak example there, because the Tweet of God was obviously just a parody account where you wouldn't really expect a response. That's just an outgoing comedy feed.
No, I mean...
No, and that's what some accounts do. Right?
Right.
They have zero followers.
I mean, I think he's got a valid point there, yeah. I agree with Anthony. Like, that's an account that you don't...
Well, I mean, it's just an example of an account that, like, of a person who becomes popular, but they're not really interacting with their audience. Now,
but that one's gone the other way, though, Lalo. It's weird how you use that example, because the Tweet of God built...
it's just a bad example. So, like, you would use Ricky Gervais, who you don't expect...
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Well, he does. And he does interact. He's got 7 million followers.
But you don't expect it.
Right.
Yeah. For example, let's say Sam Harris. He doesn't really interact with people on Twitter all that much.
No, but he's interacted with me indirectly.
Well, but he does.
He'll address his critics. He won't address his supporters.
Right. Well, that's the point.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the thing, right? He
addresses supporters too much.
Say that again.
Well, a lot of people show a lot of support to Sam Harris.
Right. So he can't say thank you to everybody, because that just.
Well, he can't say thank you to everybody, but like, I see very little of like back and forth with his followers.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. For example, Richard Dawkins has a lot more back and forth with his followers.
Yeah, I've had a couple of dialogues with him.
Richard Dawkins will retweet his followers. He'll respond to his followers. He can't do everybody because he has like 1 million some followers. But I think he does try. He does try. Yeah.
And I think that's why I like him a lot. Actually, believe it. Like, that's the whole point. Even like if I ever got to the point where I could monetize it. And like my goal is, I would love to be a public orator. I would love to be like someone that can go out and debate people and get
Have you done public speaking before?
Huh?
Have you done public speaking before?
I've public speaked in front of like my school and shit, but I've never out in the open. I've done live debates and stuff. But
how old are you, Isaac?
I'm 26, or I'm 25. I'll be 26 next year. I don't know why I keep on saying 26.
How old are you, Lalo? You're 40 something.
I'm 34.
34. I'm 40 something. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm the oldie, so I'm 45 at the end of the month.
So like my end game for this would be to be a public orator, that like I could be representative of the atheist community out in the open, like write a book about how foreign policy is bullshit, and that. Okay. So that's my end game. But I would still want to interact. I would still want to hear the people that correct me. That's really important to listen to those people, because if you just ignore them, you're just fucking rhetoric wonder boy. Like you're not correcting anything.
So like for me, my whole point of like going on Twitter.
Okay, but you follow 5,000 people. So what is how do you filter out the shit from the? I don't understand how you can do that.
Oh well, that's not hard. No, that's not hard. I have
lists.
Mute
people or?
No. I have lists of people. I have tons of lists that are private.
Ah, so you just
I organize all you guys. Like there are certain people like I have organized into certain groups, and
it's like a fucking
but you guys know how. But you guys know how to use the list on Twitter, of course, right?
Yeah, I use it for Kurdish news to keep.
Yeah, I mean, I have like I don't know, like 30 or more lists of people that are private.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm following 300 people, and sometimes I look through who I'm following, and occasionally I'll get unfollowed by people that have followed me for like 2 years because I've said something about Israel or whatever. And you offload these people, and I fucking love it. Like I've been hovering around 520 for about a month.
But you know something
is
like
awesome. I want to keep it there. I don't want any.
Another thing is like a lot of people will come to me like in the but the thing is also by following those people have by the fact that I follow them, they can direct message me. And a lot of the people I've spoken with and I've established good relations with is that they direct message me and they're like, oh, you know what, I really love your tweets and blah blah, and then I was like very surprised that I'm even responding. I'm like, oh, thanks, man, and I start having conversation with, oh, thank you for responding to me, and I think that the thing is like when you admire somebody on Twitter, or Face or whatever the social media is, like Devin on YouTube or something, it's really a big deal when the person responds to you and interacts with you.
Yeah.
It happens to me. It happens to me if I admire somebody on YouTube or Twitter and I message them and they interact with me. It's a big deal. Right, and I get that, and so I the reason I got on Twitter was because nobody in Chile is interested in the subject. I can't talk with anybody about this, right? So I went here, like I got on here to really interact with people, but the only way I could find you guys was to like actually grow a following and actually tweet well and find them. But I that's why I made Great Minds on God as well. It's like I didn't make a YouTube channel like Devin because I wanted to have even a more further conversation with it. So to me, it's all about interaction.
Yeah,
it's not about just my voice.
Yeah, and I mean Isaac does something different, and I'm not really doing anything. I'm just getting people together, and that's
just like I said. Like you literally, all I see you do is like repost
tips. It's all about the breasticles.
But I agree with what you say. Like if somebody like takes off like to a high degree and like they have like a ridiculous amount of followers and then they just can't keep up and they kind of like isolate themselves from the community as a total, I think that person loses a certain charm.
It's that illusionist that I don't like. yeah. It's like you're not that good, mate. You know what I mean? You once had. I mean, that is
actually like all your old subscribers get isolated. They're like, what the fuck? Like you just. Yeah. Like I was so happy the other day. The like 5th or 6th subscriber to my channel, my first channel from last November, finally swapped over. Like, I guess he finally saw my video that said subscribe to my new channel, and I was so happy. Like, I posted on his wall. I was like, I'm so glad to see you again. His name's the Naked Atheist. He's just a random atheist that followed me when I first got started. But like, I remember like the first 6 or 7 subscribers that I had, and those people were like important to me in a subconscious kind of way. So it's just a testament to like how interactivity like matters a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, when I first came to this country, I've said it before, I didn't even label myself as any kind of anything really, but religion was forced in my face that I felt like it was just a natural thing. It wasn't something that I thought, oh, okay, today I'm definitely going to call myself an atheist and blah 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 blah. It was just a natural thing. Yeah. And
but also to your point, Anthony, like you were saying, like I follow so many people, but I think, for example, like the way we started first interacting with each other is like you're not a big tweeter, right?
No.
Too much. But the fact that I followed you, direct messaged me, and we had a very good first, like very long conversation one night in the direct messages.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I remember that.
And so that's the useful thing about following, at least the atheists who follow me, is that I open up the opportunity like you did to me, and like, oh hey, you know, and you started talking to me, and like you said you like my tweets, and I was really happy to talk to you, and we've developed a really good relationship that maybe wouldn't happen if I didn't, like, because the following opens a door to the like the people who follow me and things like that.
It does, but I guess you have
but
to.
If I had like 100,000 followers, yes, that would be a problem.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah, yeah, that would be.
Well, you're approaching 7,000, I think, something like that, which is awesome. I mean, but like this week on Twitter, I've communicated with that Canadian atheist guy who seems to be obsessed with how many people follow him, and how many.
That's pathetic.
People obsessed with followers don't get followers.
Exactly. Yeah. You kind of get them organically. It's just an organic experience as far as I'm concerned. If people like to listen to what you have to say, and you don't sound like a fucking dork or an idiot, then people may be interested in what you have to say. But if they're not, then that's fair enough. You know, I personally, I don't care either way, because I'm not in this. I'm in this, like I say, for the fun, and I'll support whoever I believe is worth supporting. And that's it. I am a supporter. I'm a fan of certain people. I'm not an activist. I'm an advocate, without a doubt.
I think what happens the moment you start worrying about like getting followers is the moment you start trying to play it safe. And that's what pushes people away.
Yeah, like The Amazing Atheist, Jacqueline Glenn, Creationist Cat, Bible Reload, Steve Shaw, all these other little fucking knobheads.
Even Jacqueline Glenn's earlier videos were much more aggressive towards religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to listen to her earlier videos that were very good, and they were she was very more strident against.
Now it's
all like kind of fluffy stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I was subscribed to all those people at one point. Yeah. But when I first got to this country, the person that really kind of made me laugh, I already knew I was an atheist. I've been an atheist since I was 7 or 8. So I'm a lifelong atheist, or true blood, I think is the term. Was Coctopus Prime. I don't know if you're aware of that. I don't know if anybody's aware of this guy. Well, I'm sure some people listening might be aware of him, but Coctopus Prime is on the goddamn podcast with Drew, Autopsy 87.
Okay.
Subscribe to Coctopus Prime because he's done some really funny videos. Obviously against Christianity, generally. Because when I first got to the country, that's what I was up against. It was Christianity and these people trying to shove the Bible down my throat and down my kids' throats and stuff. And that's what got me going. Like, this, I don't want this in my life. I never had it in England. Why the fuck do I have to start having this in my life right now?
I'm losing respect for YouTubers. Atheist YouTubers who make a lot of videos but won't address Islam. I don't have a lot of respect for them because it's like they're, to some degree, if you're making a lot of videos about atheism and you're avoiding Islam, it's kind of on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't be talking about atheism this much and avoid Islam unless it's intentional.
That's what I mean. It goes back to that low-hanging fruit again. It's like, let's pick on the easy targets. Now, I know that Christianity...
And it's also the fear of getting called a racist, simply.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, there is a market for it as far as YouTube goes, because you've got a lot of young people coming into all this thing, and they're being attracted, unfortunately, by the Amazing Atheists and Jacqueline Glenn's and everybody else. And the millennials and all this kind of shit, Generation P. That they're just going to be educated in the wrong way. They're going to be just educated in a way that is going to exacerbate the problem. As far as I can see, in 20 years' time, I can't see anything being any better, and it's going to be us.
They're educated in a way that they're not prepared to get hit in the face, and when you're not prepared to get hit in the face, and you get hit in the face, you freak the fuck out, and you get yourself killed.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah. No, but I understand what you mean. Like they think they want to make the world free of anything offensive.
You're gonna talk to me before we speak, and you're gonna address me with the right pronoun because I'm not.
And they think the world is gonna work this way for them, but it's not.
Yeah, no, they're fucking stupid. They're setting them up to walk right off of a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, my kids will be all right until they get into college or university or whatever. But while they're with me, they're going to get the correct education. They're going to learn for themselves and grow their own minds. I mean, my son he's going to be 7 in January. My daughter just turned 2. My son is just joined the Cub Scouts, so he's going to learn a little bit about God and stuff. But it's such a diluted experience. He's not going to be indoctrinated. I'm not worried that he's going to be.
Your son's going to be Kent Hovins in like 4 years.
Yeah, right. No way, dude. No way. If you ever met my son, you'd be impressed by his cognitive abilities.
How old is your son?
He'll be 7 in January, so he's 6.5. Yeah, he's a very bright boy.
In December.
Oh, shush. Shush your face. No, he's a bright kid. So I'm not worried about him. He can be exposed to religion, and I think he'll make his own mind up. All on his own. And if he asks me what I think, I'll tell him what I think, but I'm not going to tell him how he's to think. He can work it out on himself. I'm not.
If my son said he was gay, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. If he said I became a Mormon or a Muslim, I'd throw him out.
You would.
No,
throw him out. No. And but I got that as a kid. When I was a kid, my mom used to say that if you turn out gay, I'm going to disown you. In all seriousness. Oh, yeah. And this was back in the early 70s, 75, 78, 79, whatever. So, yeah,
My mom thought I was gay for, like, a while, and she was like, we accept you for who you are. And then she saw me jerking off to, like, donkey porn, but it was a female donkey, and so she knew I wasn't gay anymore.
Isaac Cohen.
What?
He's just so full of shit, I swear. I know what he's like, dude. I don't know if you've got the handle on him yet, man. I know what Isaac's like. It's like take 3/4 of what he says with a large dose of salt. No,
I knew it was a lie. I was still just shocked by the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally gay. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's tweeting me about
it. Isaac, who are your favorite comedians?
Oh, George Carlin was will always be my favorite comedian because he talked about the gross shit in life.
I brought up George Carlin with CJ.
He's got this great skit.
Wow.
He's got this 6-minute skit that talks about a scab on the top of your head. That is one of my favorite skits because it's disgusting. But he talks
Sounds
about
fun though.
Yeah, he talks about like the gross shit that we do, like ripping off a fingernail and then bending it, and then like how fingernail clippings from the last week are no good because they don't bend. Fuck that. I don't need those toenails. Like the grossest shit, and it's honest. It's honest. That's what I loved about it.
Okay, so your favorite comedian is George Carlin. Lalo,
yeah, George Carlin and Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is like George Carlin reincarnated.
Lalo, yours?
Oh, actually, well, same. It's a George Carlin. I bring him up a lot.
Yeah, I like
dark humor, man. Dark. I remove people from my death book. 2 weeks on me. You could stay in the book, but then you're fucking off. Like just dark. I love it.
When I was in Abilene today, I had to go back into the store that I wasn't working at, but I had to go back in and buy something from the store. And the guy that I bought something from says, "Oh, man, where are you from?" I go, "I'm from England." He goes, "Oh, who's your favourite comedian?" I go, "Well, Ricky Gervais, I guess." He goes, "Oh, man, I love that guy. Carl Pilkington, man. What's that all about? Is he for real? Is he funny and all that?" And this is in Abilene, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these guys spread far and wide. So
I love Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, it's just hilarious. Unintentionally funny. Unintentional humor is just the best kind of humor as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I like Ricky Gervais too. And the way he just mistreats Carl is just amazing. I love it.
I love his laugh. He's got the greatest laugh. Like
I'm not a big fan of his laugh, but he
sounds like a
me
fat
laugh.
little hyena that's stuck inside his body, like just this fucking cackling.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way you can hear his laugh and not giggle yourself.
Yeah.
And they have the best laughs. Like, you've got a pretty good one, Isaac. Like, I have to giggle a little bit or something.
When you fucking guys make me crack up, I'll get high pitched. It's I don't know why. I fucking crack up.
I'm gonna pee a little bit. But I'm gonna have to wind this down. I don't know about you guys. It's almost
yeah.
Working on it.
Donkey's waiting for me, so I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Isaac. Nice to talk to you, pal.
Likewise.
All right.
Take care.
You too, Lalo.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Later.